Oi, oi, Flat Earth British, Martin Leitker speaking, and welcome back to another epic Flat Earth Day. It's good to see you guys. We're going to have an epic show. So what have I learned this week? Well, I've learned quite a bit this week. Feel much the wiser in this realm. I'll just check my comms in order. So what have I learned? I've learned this important message. This is what I've learned is... Sounds all right, my volume. You can't talk about camel towage on the internet. I have found. I just addressed it because, it's the emperor has no clothes, isn't it? It's something that everybody's ignoring or nobody's bringing up. So I thought, well, I'll fucking bring it up. Is it like appropriate or inappropriate? Well, we'll put it to the test. Maybe I'll just start wearing really tight lycra leggings, maybe around my city centre for YouTube. See how that goes down. See if that'd be appropriate. So we'll see. That might actually happen. I'm thinking on doing that. Might get some extra views. YouTube, weird as they don't even talk to you anymore. They just delete it. Yeah, so yeah, they weren't happy. So stay away from that subject. Okay, there's a few subjects on the internet you've got to stay away from. I'm working out which ones. And the camel towage is definitely off. You can't mention that. Whatever they're up to, it's a biggie. I think it's a big clue to it all. Anyway. Could it be a lie? It's just an illusion. In all this confusion. It is. It's an illusion, guys. You know it is. Row, row, row your boat. So we're going to talk about loads of things in this post. Alva Billy's in the house. Let me give you a few shoutages. We're going to I'm going to do something that is rare for Martin Leaker. I'm going to slow the fuck down. Okay. I'm going to go loosey-goosey for just this one episode so that my people in other places can understand the words that I saith. Okay. So we'll try that. See how that goes down. Only for this week, though. Then I speed it up again next week. So John Cushing is in the house. Epic from Canada Land, Alberta. One love to Alberta, John. And Alva Billy's our brother. Ooh, Epinephrine's in the house. Ooh, Ben is in the house. Oh, I'm so excited. And Mr. Rasta is in the house. I think he's in Holland. And Pedro, good to see you. You must do an interview with Darius J, right? Yeah, I don't do that interview thing. And I don't want to do it. I don't like interviewing things. What can I possibly learn from Darius fucking Wright? Could you pray tell? Yeah, it's like baby truth stuff. I don't do all of that. Or we talk about Galactic fucking Federation. I just got nothing in common with these people, with anyone, actually, I'm finding on YouTube. Because it's just agony for me to do it. Unless, there are still people. Somebody asked this week, wanted to talk to Matt and from Quantum Conscious, but he doesn't do interviews. And I was like, oh, I love him. I might do it. And then I thought, well, it's just the energy invested. If it was like something that would be important and would learn or any divine inspiration in the matter, then I might do it. But no, not feeling that. Thanks anyway. Vibes. Good to see you. You've seen bum parts, leggings, and bum cleavage, but Vibes were not allowed to mention anything to do with bacon grinders or anything to do with things like that, apparently, because it's part of their agenda. Okay, don't know what they got in mind. Can only guess. Anyway, I don't even care. It's whatever, innit? Let's have a bit of Mozart. Oh yes, that's nice. Oh yeah, splendid. What? Here. Have some coffee. Calm my ass down. So yeah, what a fucking liberty. Lifting my fucking video. I only showed a picture of an actual camel and toe, and they pulled back. I can't believe the algorithm. Anyway, AI, not to put a finer point on it, is a lying fucker. Honestly, you asked if the Earth's flat. What does it come out with? Oh no, it's a fucking globe or anything, and it just comes up with the official. Oh no, that'd be down to evolution, and even talks about dinosaurs and stuff. It just drives me mental. Anyway, Otherworlds. I got a book I've been reading into, and other texts is as well. Yeah, fuck off, Amadeus. Other texts as well concerning the religion practiced by the ancient Celts. But that's just a bit of a misnomer, that Celt word, actually. They should actually replace that with Welsh. And they're a strange religion, but they really did know how this place works. We're going to talk about the outer world. Now, you can see the thumbnail, which will sort of suggest some astral projection going on. Somebody's soul leaving their body to fly on the astral realm. Although we could be thinking in them terms, because I'm always thinking in them terms anyway, because that realm actually does exist. Definitely 100% being there. That stuff's going on. But we're going to talk about outer worlds in a physical sense, where they thought there was a land, a plane, oh shit, all in plain sight. Yeah, like all you can see in the plain sight is all that actually exists. There's no need to render the entire world just for you. One expenditure of energy anyway to render all of the people, all of the things happening all simultaneously at the same time on the realm right now at this second. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking energy, but it's not really there actually, because it's only your experience that exists around you right here. Okay, and that's of course you go to see if it's all there, and then it'll be there for you. Okay, like a telephone call or Skype to Congo to find out if that's real. Anyway, so we're going to talk about outer worlds. Now, they thought that there was a place here where nobody dies. One day is 100 years, bit like Brigadoon. Love that film, Brigadoon. And no one gets old, and everyone stays youthful, and the places just sounds fucking amazing, actually. Some regard it as the place of the living, or the land of the living, because we're all dead, or some state it, before the devil knows you're dead, or some state it as the promised land. Now, we've heard that before, haven't we, by another Martin, yeah, who's not as, he comes up below me on Google searches these days. Martin Luther King, just saying. Martin Luther King, he went to the top of the mountain. Well, what mountain was that then, Martin Luther King? I was always intrigued about that speech he done, because it gives you a bit of a loosey, gives you a shiver, doesn't it? You go, I have a dream. And everyone's like, ooh, I'm fucking feeling that, mister. And he's, I had a dream at the top of the mountain. And everyone's like, oh, give it to me, give it to me. And he's like, yeah. And I seen the whole plane. Yeah, because you couldn't see a globe from the top of the mountain. That would be weird, wouldn't it? So, and then he says this. He says, and I have seen the promised land. Club Tropicana, guys. Club Tropicana drinks are free. There's no free drinks, but there is out there in Club Tropicana land. So where is the geographical location of Club Tropicana? Where on Friday night coming this week in Club Tropicana, at 7 o'clock is Prince, followed by David Bowie. There's a small session by a not very drugged up Kurt Cobain. And then it's a nice little relaxing lounge thing to Tupac, because they're all down there or over there. So is it in the Hyperborean? Well, there's some narratives, especially in my Celtic book, and the Greeks actually thought that the Celts or the Druids were actually Hyperboreans. That would make sense. After Hyperborea drowned, went to shit, they came down here and occupied all of everywhere. But we did get like sort of taken over and then put on a tiny reservation over here in the western extremities of Europe, which I must say hasn't been forgotten by 3 million people, 3.3 million people. We're going to talk about some very controversial subjects in this. If you're now, this is what I'm finding this week and the last couple of weeks, especially since the release of the Old World Order movie, is that in the truther community, bear with me, calm the fuck down. I know you're going to stop. What's he going to say? What's he going to say? I'm going to say this. To be a truther requires an open mind. That means the ability to use your mind analytically to look at any subject, and if it's okay for you, some people love Bigfoot stuff, even though he's a little bit elusive, and some people like I don't know, fucking Illuminati stuff, one-eye stuff, and all of that decoding, don't they? There's different genres for different people. Everyone got their own journey. And I'm just talking about what my journey is in this. I'm sharing it with all of you. You can take it or leave it. It matters not. I will offer the evidence. You can read it all up for yourself. But not all the evidence, because there's a pile of books over there, and it's going to take you a couple of weeks to get the bullet points out of there. I've been data mining Wilson and Blackett. Oh dear, oh fuck. That is going to be something that we're going to have to approach at a later time in the future, because it's just too much information. It's too technical to get the bigger picture out of it all, which is some of it I'll talk about in this. So what I'm going to suggest in this is mining. Now, we've been a mining operation, it seems, for a few resets. The landscapes surely suggests that we've been mined. Okay, we're being minded and we're being mined. And all of this resources that they take from this place, like the 250 billion cubic tons of iron ore that were extracted in the year 2021, they used a little bit under that, but it's still like a bit of a question of, are they really using all what they mine in resources, or is it all going somewhere else? What I'm going to suggest is, there's loads of movies that would suggest this. A good one is In Time, okay, with Justin Timberlake. He's a really good actor in this film, and it shows you that there's a realm, a place that knows nothing of this other posher place elsewhere. That you have to go through boundaries to get to. The people who live in the one place have no idea of this other place. I suggest that's what's going on here. I suggest they've had an informational exchange with others. Now, when the people that were in the Manhattan Project, people like Oberon and possibly Oppenheimer, they suggested or dropped hints that we had help from others. But like, ancient alien people and all that jumped on. Well, yeah, it's from outer space, isn't it? And they put it into space terms. But I'm going to say that there's technologies, highly technological civilizations in this realm somewhere, outside of what they call the Antarctica ice ring, very, very possibly, because I think that they could take shiploads of resources, or even they say that, oh no, you can't do nothing in Antarctica. Strip mining or any mining of resources is forbidden in the whole of that continent. How is that not believable when they've ripped the rest of this part completely apart and don't give a shit about pollution or the environment or polluting underwater courses on all of that stuff that they do with fertilizers and all the rest? Yeah, they don't give a shit about this realm, but they care so much about keeping Antarctica pristine, and then you can't go there without their weirdness and $10,000, $20,000 to go and see a pole, apparently, or something. It's all bollocks, because they ain't going to let no one really go there unless you're one of them. That's what I've noticed. And same for the North Pole. They got a treaty going on as well. You can't gallivant off to the North Pole. I really, really got this really sneaky feeling that the world is so dozy that they would let that slide. They would miss it. All in plain sight. The land of the Northern Lights. They show you in the film Wonder Woman. They show you in the film Skull Island, these tropical places, civilizations like the Amazons, where Wonder Woman comes from, shrouded in mist. But there's the Northern Lights there, which would suggest it's in the north. They show you in loads of Hollywood movies. There's countless amounts of movieage which will tell you about this realm. I've just been recently watching the Loki series. It's a giggle, but it really does give you some idea of what is going on with this realm. Okay, so we're going to have a think about that, strip mining and energy. Now, we've long asserted here on Flat Earth British, we think that there is a circuit board realm happening where we are an energy source, okay? And the energy source, it doesn't matter to, we'll say, the others, if it's a negative charge or a positive charge, because they need both. So if they keep the realm down on a negative experience, oh, woe is me, like they are, all that going on, then everyone is negative. That is also a form of energy. It's on the negative chart. And then they can turn it around for, say, a royal wedding or a Grand Prix or some sporting event where everyone can get in it together in the cult and enjoy it all and get happy little flag waving buzz on like they do. Or back your country in a religious war. That's always popular for a little buzz and a goose pimple or two. So there's that going on. And they siphon off the biofield into what they need. Okay, so all of this energy from the electric board city, okay, they've been literally Angkor Wat, all these places being making electricity, but it seems like it's too much for this realm. I think that we are the workers, we supply energy for the rich tops that live in the other place, Club Tropicano, and the resources required to build all the stuff and all of the things going on in Club Tropicano are also taken from this realm. It's not very big, these few continents, and the Americas, Asia, Africa, and Australasia, etc. is all there is apparently. That's not much, guys, you know. There's not much land at all. This place is really small. You can get around all of it in a couple of days with a plane. So it's not that big. So I think that it is big. I think it's infinitely big. And they got hold of, you know, everyone, you know, they got everyone to the extent, I know this more than anyone, guys, right, is if you mention something that's outside of their paradigm, yeah, they start to get upset. So I was really cozy with my paradigm. I really love that globe. I love Star Trek. You can still have fucking Star Trek. I still watch Star Trek and Star Wars. It's just, people say, what difference does it make? To me, it makes all the difference in the world. It's fundamental to, first of all, we're not on that spinning ball. And then it tells you, well, something created this place. And then you look into the fractal geometrical structure of this place. And you could soon come to the conclusion, I can see the bits of information in this place. This place really seems like some sort of holography that can be interacted with. The shaman definitely interact with the ether. We can interact with the ether. Old world clothing interacted with the ether. Feathers, F ether. That's what it says, F ether. They tell you that feathers interact with ether. Old world buildings, their geometry or technology, all to interact with the ether, as you know, have been taken out. Okay, what we saying here? Oh, okay, Vibes Itch. Good to see you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 360 odds of you turned up. So yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. I've got some images. We're going to look into King Tut and some things maybe you didn't know about King Tut, Tutankhamun. We're going to talk about later on Antony and Cleopatra. We're going to talk about King Arthur, Jesus Christ. Always a popular topic, I find. And yesterday I went to, because according to that pile of books and mountain of research, the first cathedral in the world, which is Llandaff Cathedral here in Wales, home of the Anglican Church. We managed to set eyes on the Archbishop or the Bishop of Wales, the Basha Bishop. It was a woman. It was a woman. She was with her woke gang, and they were all religious, and they were getting ready to light candles. So really good. So yeah, we went in. I went in there and find and some of the graves that are in these books that blow your mind to think that, you know, the person that is in that grave set eyes on Jesus Christ, which is quite mind blowing to think. And loads of other stuff that if you read the Holy Bible, you're probably going to go and stab a puppy after you hear what I have to say. It's all good. It's all done in love, and that's all that's important. Yeah. Yeah, today I'm Marticus von Farticus. Okay. The hills are alive with the sound. Shut up, Roger. I've got like a slight form of Tourette's, like Asperger's, something like that. I got something anyway. It doesn't fucking matter. Because people still watch me, whatever. They're just like, oh, I love him. Look, he's just stumbling through life and just passing through anyway, guys. I'm having a giggle while I'm here. I'm sharing a giggle with you, unselfishly. Why not? Fuck it. And let's see what good we can do along the way and change reality, because let's be honest, it sucks a bit, doesn't it? But let's not focus on that. Silver liner mining, Asperger's. Yeah. If you complain, Stan, about a meal when you're in a restaurant and you think it's all going to go down well, wait till that meal goes back to the kitchen and become Asperger's. Then I can tell you that. That's fucking armpit, all of it. Okay. I hope you're not going to eat a burger now. I won't put you off. Keep watching about Fabaton Marticus. Okay. And Kathleen Muscati's in the house. Love you, Bruce. And they brag of how close they were taught to you. I don't know what that means, but I'm really happy you're here and Stu's in the house. Okay. So I'm going to get on with the show. This Hippie Shake. Okay. Hippie Shake, do me a favor. Share my son Lawrence's link for his channel. That would be awesome. So Welsh Dragon Metals, he does computer games and stuff. I'm sure some of my younger viewers are into Metal Gear Solid and Ting. Love the shirt. Oh, yeah, flat thumbed. Yeah, it was a matter. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, I was just in makeup because I'm in my studio, as you can see. Yeah, or Hollywood, and I was in makeup and I was like, fuck me, this jumper's got 2 blim holes and is all creased. So my assistant, who does makeup and stuff, yeah, she's like, wear your trippy shirt, Matt. It's much better than that holy fucking rag you're going to put on. So within an instant like that, tarted up, fucking Bob's your uncle. He's your auntie too in this day and age. It's all done in the best possible taste. We will use code words, okay? People have moaned about my my spelling. I do apologise for my spelling. There's something else I can't do. Maths, spelling. I can tell you capital cities, though. I'm really good at that. So, okay, and we got loads of mind nugs along the way. Okay, shall I say? So yeah, it's the how are you, Hearn? And that's from lovely Epi, Fearless Vic. And Magic Nova's in the house. Shiva, I've said two of you. You can't be in 2 places at the same time. You're doing like an Acapulco thing, and you might have finished. I don't know. But yeah, no. So yeah, my video. I am on copyright. Like last warning, and I just lost my other channel, so I got to like tippy toe. Like I've been trying to do all week to not get my channel taken down. Everyone's like, well, that sucks. No more Flat Earth British, because I won't be fucking doing it all over again. I haven't got that energy in life. So anything to do with like Rona or anything that might get my channel kicked off, I've deleted or set to private, and there's about 5 or 6 of them I've done that with. I got to be safe. Otherwise, Flat Earth British may no longer be here, and that will upset a load of people, including myself, because this has become a British institution, yeah? And not unlike Hilda Ogden or I can't think of any other British person. Oh my God. Except for me. Love to you as well, Shevich. Many mandalas to you as well. We're in 1984. It's worse than 1984. Jesus H. I mean, they rewrite it daily. And what's worse is like, it's like, oh, I'll go back to sleep and fucking forget all about it. Then none of that really happens. They've been doing that a lot lately. It's like, oh yeah, what was that all about 2 years ago? I can't remember now. Oh, it seems so distant. Oh, anyway, on with the show. It's happening right across the board. See, when I do little mind things like break the matrix things, like mentioning the thing that nobody wants to mention, which is the awkward, oh shit, I didn't mean to look, camel toe, which is everywhere, okay? In Britain at the moment and taking off all over the world. So that can only go one way. Where's that going? No clothes are fucking tall, is it? And they're wearing these onesies now that they like literally jam themselves in the neck. And then it's like they got this onesie on. It's like they're naked. Honest to God, your eyes are like, I was going to say they were like, but they're not. They're not. They're like, oh shit. The shit. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. How do they pee? In fact, the women of the old world with them crinoline gowns on and all of them trusses and shit and all of that. Yeah. What if they had like, you know, well, people get upset stomachs, don't they? Not to put a finer point on it. And sometimes they need to toilet a little bit quicker, don't they? What happens? Well, we know what happens. So, yeah, we're going to talk about stuff that will be probably upset a lot of people somewhere. Just a number of channels, Flat Earth British, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Don't let them take your brand away. Indeed. We'll make that into a song. Don't let them take your brand away. Yoga pants coming, Eddie. Yeah, I got a real tight blue pair. They're totally inappropriate, and you can see everything. It's like, so I'm going to wear them out on YouTube. No, you don't think I won't do it. I will. You dare me. Don't double fucking dog dare me. I'm doing it. I'm Welsh. Can't double dog dare a Welshman. So, double dog dare you. You are so lovely, Martin. Oh, you don't know me. I'm a bloody nightmare, apparently. Oh, I don't know. You'd have to ask people who know me. Cheryl, she knows people. My makeup assistant. Man, I think with my makeup assistant. I saw a very pregnant lady in a skin-coloured shortly onesie the other day. Barbara, I'm kind of wish you didn't share that with us. That's a lovely vision for us all there. Oh, that lovely pregnant woman in the onesie. Did she have a cold sore? Waiting went at her. I'm having a fag. Oh, terrible. But, you know, they're trying, aren't they? Let's be nice about it all, guys. Just because most of the population like it. They're trying. They are trying, guys. Very, very trying. Okay. Yeah. So, there's Marianne. We love Marianne. She's a keeper. Okay, Marianne, she's saying, like smashed. I don't know if that means like, thank you, Beans. I like it. I like your comments. See, Beans agreed with me. There was a lot of gentlemen saying, well, I think it's a fucking good thing. I don't know. I think there's an agenda behind it. I think it's like nonsense as fuck. There's something wrong with that, guys. Surely you can see it. There's something. I didn't mean it like that. I mean, the agenda behind it is sinister. Fuck that. Mini skirts were all right because they left the imagination. They still had knickers on, see, guys. You know, back in the day when we were young, yeah, even if you've seen a flash of knickers, right, that was talk worthy for weeks with the boys. Sorry, I fucking see the knickers. You don't shut up about it for weeks. Just that little innocent thing would keep us going for weeks. Now, fucking hell. Fucking hell. It's like a fucking Danish bacon factory everywhere. Well, thank you, Hippie Shake. But I can see somebody making a fortune on some new chafing cream that's going to be released soon. Spandex Chef by Bo 5. Spread it on. Nobody else is going to talk about it, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna bring the troops down. And look what happened to the internet. It's fucking broken. Like shit. We thought no one noticed. It's like, yeah, I'll fucking talk about it. Fuck yeah. Tell you what I think. And if you're going to put your ones on tomorrow, which you were thinking about doing, don't feel guilty. Oh, I'm not going to shrink these on my body because Martin thinks that there's an agenda behind them. No, fucking do it. Put them on. Anyway. It is sinister, Sunbeam, obviously, because they got everyone. It's like the young and the old dressed like it. There's something going on with that. Fuck off. Whoever come up with that little ditty, some Lord something or other. You can see them, can't you? The wet lips. Oh, they look a bit like Uncle Fester. Them ones. They bring all that out. The Tavistock, Devil stock. Who bring out all these naff styles. All of this shit out of Rona. All the weird stuff shit out of Rona. I don't know what happened there. It's just everything went weird. Sad truths, bro. There, that's the one. I didn't want to say his name out loud because, you know, YouTube being so, like, touchy and stuff. But it's all right. Yeah. The KT impact killed all the dinosaurs. I'm Globe Earth British. I took the red pill. See that video? This video will probably be fucking pushed now by YouTube. Go viral. Anyway, let's get on to some juice. First of all, we're going to look into the Celts. Celts, I hate leggings, Kathleen Muscat. You going to hate the leggings when I got them on? Because I've got a per pair on. I'm going to wear them through my high street, a busy, busy high street. See how you like it. Yeah, vengeance will be mine. Yeah, and I tell you, I'm going to pull them right up as well. Right at the crack as well. Fuck it. Fuck it. That's what I'm going to do. Batman, and so does Robin Hood. Yeah, Robin Hood and his merry men. They all wear Lincoln green. You know them tights like Nurioff, the ballet dancer, used to wear. Struth, that bloke's wearing stride. Got no strides on. That guy. See all of that. I'll be worse than that. Fuck him. You asked for it. You asked for it. So what's that, Janine, lovely? Martin, if your channel was to go down, I got like another 2 channels. It's just the effort of doing it all over again. It's just you don't know what energy I've expelled out into the ether for everybody. And what I did is I fucked up. I never kept enough energy for myself. So the last few months, I guess, I've been getting my energy back because I've been just flatlining. Because if I can't help me, I can't help other people, can I? So I got to keep my strength up and give me energy. So that's what I've been working on, getting my energy back. Standing in my own power, so to speak. So here's Tchaikovsky, 1812 Overture. That was the new paradigm coming in right there. Tchaikovsky. Fucking toffs. Anyway. Jason can wear leggings with you. Oh, what a sight. What a sight. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. You need a holiday, Martin. Well, I go away now, but it's always working. Just work. And traveling is really, really exhausting, especially when you're on the road and working and stuff. It's just like, I figured out the time between resets. Good, key finder. I give it 300 years, and I think that they started this calendar 700 years ago. I mentioned in my first book, actually, I think that it was April the 1st, 1300. Switch on date for this paradigm now, where they've rolled out all of the weirdness that we got, like the globe, all of that. For them, completely different worlds. 1,000-year reign of Christ. The glittering civilization that they talk about, the Celts, as being this other world, which I'd like to think is there, and I reckon is there. 419 of you watching. Sharing is caring. Got that earlier from an advert. Sharing is caring. Please share this out if you like. Indeed, key finder. A hint, a secret society used the number on its symbol, 33. Okay. They can't be that secret if they tell everyone their secrets, you know. It's not secret. The secret is this place was, they knew all the information, the ancients, and it was Gnostic. It was Gnostic beliefs, and they knew how it worked. Now, here you can see Celtic beliefs of other worlds. Now, I've got a book I'm going to share with you. I've gone a little bit into it, but it's 400 pages of juice. Which I'm going to need to crack open. But yeah, the Irish myth of another otherworldly realm called Tech Dúnin, House of Dawn, or the House of the Dark One. It was believed that the souls of the dead travelled to Tech Dúin, perhaps to remain there forever, or perhaps before reaching their final destination in the other worlds before being reincarnated. So that would suggest the same sort of narrative, I would say, as the Egyptian and their afterlife belief systems. What did the ancient Celts believe about other worlds? Now, the other world was Variously called the land of the living. Isn't that interesting? So if you die, you go to the land of the living. Okay, so let's just say it's a physical location for this video. The delightful plain. Well, it is a plain. All of it is a plain, and it's all in plain sight. All of the truth is there for us to decode, guys, and we will get to it. We are getting to it. The thing is there's just too many little moving parts and fiddly bits to get the bigger picture. But the bigger picture is just blowing my mind, and it's like, oh, fuck, how do you get this up? Blah, blah, blah. It's so much to it, guys, honestly. But it is there. The greatest story never told, and it hasn't been told. It hasn't been told anywhere in the world. We're getting it. Was believed to be a country where there was no sickness, old age, or death, where happiness lasted forever, and 100 years was one day. Well, doesn't that sound absolutely fan-fucking-tastic? Oh, yes, please. And in Welsh, included in Arthurian legend and literature, it was essentially a world of delights and eternal youth, where disease was absent and food was forever abundant, called the Anwyn. The Anwyn to the Welsh also have an afterlife, and it's included in Arthurian legend. And we'll be talking about King Arthur. Mind-blowing as it sounds and unlikely as it sounds, guys. Yesterday, I was standing over the grave of St. Tylo. And St. Tylo knighted King Arthur, or put the crown on King Arthur in his, I guess, his investiture. And also St. Dyfrig, St. David, St. Dyfrid, who's something maybe David. It's difficult to know, guys, because there's been so much of a cover-up in this story. But one thing's for certain, okay, is King Arthur and his relatives and his friend Dyfrig was a second cousin to King Arthur. King Arthur's family, his father, is believed to be in one resting place there in Llandaff Cathedral, where I was yesterday. And I will show you that in a minute. So this book is a fantastic little book. I'll share it with you after this post in the descriptions box, written in 1911 by John Allnott, and it is The Religion of the Ancient Celts. I can't read it all, 800 pages. I've been through it, 400 pages plus. But one clue it did give me when I was browsing it was this, which I thought really interesting, and it's by here. Concerning the Celts, although the Celts is a bit of a misnomer, as I explained, because it's Welsh. Here they first became known to the Greeks, probably as a semi-mythical people of the Hyperboreans, the folk dwelling beyond the Riparian mountains, whence Borealis blew, the Northern Lights blew, the North Pole, the Hyperboreans. And the Greeks said, that's where the Celts came from. Now, that makes sense to me. Now, Merlin, I think he's more family than just a rogue magician that turns up in the story of King Arthur. Merlin, Welsh, Merlin, Mother Atlantis survivor. What if Atlantis was right here? And these ancient knowledges that have been lost to us, the Egyptian mystic schools, the knowledge of the Gnostics, the knowledge of our thoughts making reality. And everything is on the inner world. And what happens on the inner world is shown on the outside world. So you got to get it right there first. It's a bit of a trial, actually, to get that down. But when you get there, then you've done it, really. You've leveled up and you'll be out of the game. So Hyperborean, let's have a think about Hyperborean. The ancient Celts came from Hyperborean. They have mystical powers. Gandalf the Grey, or Gandalf in Lord of the Rings, is Merlin. The story, written by a Welshman. Lord of the Rings is the story of this place. We are on Middle Earth. There are so many sites in this world where you can just see the existence of prehistoric mining. You can think of them as you know, some natural geology, but it's not. Because you get some, I'll show you some examples a little bit later, you know, coins and just pure facing that nature really doesn't do. And this horseshoe shape, which you see with some of these massive diggers. If you imagine the diggers they got today, but on a huge giant scale for the giants, then they're raking all of this mineral resource of iron ore and copper and, you know, I was wondering about uranium. Yeah, they say that they're mining uranium, but they're not using it for fuck all because there's no such thing as them nukes. So they're doing something with it, and I don't think they're doing anything with burning off steam. And you think they're using fascist technology, nuclear power stations to boil water. So what I think is happening is, if they do mine uranium, they're using it somewhere else, and I don't think they're using it in here. It seems to be a lot of anomalous things that they're mining that they don't seem to use, and large amounts of it as well. You know, the landscape is being just ripped apart. You know, these places I've witnessed myself in New Mexico, Arizona, the landscape just looks like an old quarry. You know, it really does. But then you think, well, it can't be because it's as far as the eye can see. And then you've got these mesas sticking up. But no, it can be. And they did take that much away. And where did they take it? Well, you can see these are mining spoil dumps, mining spoil slag heaps rather than natural deposits. These are slag heaps from mining. The whole place was a mining operation, like you can see here, mining spoil. So they ship it up, ship it out, take it to Club Tropicana. That's exactly the scene I've seen this scene coming out of a road and then boom, through a gap, and then it just hit you and it was like goose pimples. But it was like, oh my God, where's it all gone? Because it all got quarried out. You know, a lot of people think these are trees. Well, they could well be. I'm not going to argue the points, but I'm just saying it looks like a little bit of an ancient forest thing going on there, but they could dig around them. Again, a scarred landscape. So not only that, again with the human beings as well, we generating a charge, you know, in the stadiums, sporting events, all the rest. And then they're just siphoning off our energy fields. And then that's being taken somewhere. And I don't think it's just in the ethereal plane. I think it's somewhere in a physical location. And they've got souls. So they're going to be, maybe they're going to be using that because maybe they just can't create. Maybe that's what's going on, is they can't create for themselves, and they use the people in this realm for their creative abilities. The fact that they can't manifest shit, but we can. But we're in amnesia. We can't remember our true power. If all of us was to step into our power and get it back, you know, them memories you have when you were a little kid, guys, when you could just do magic and you knew you could just take the fuck off and fly. Do you remember that moment? That's really because that's who you are. And there's some moment in your past, something happened, a moment when you didn't do it anymore. You couldn't. You switched it off, or something switched you off, and then you just start to remember over time. Maybe somebody reminds you, maybe an event, a deja vu episode, something like that, and it'll trigger a memory, and then you think to yourself, shit, it's all been bullshit. I'm so much more. And then you try to step into your own power and realize that we are eternal beings and we never die, and we are true love, unconditional love. That's what we are. We are entities of love, no matter what they say with all of their icky vibes and blood and carnage in their movies and everything else. You don't see that in ordinary life. People are just want to get on with everyone else, and they're scared to love. People are scared to love. You've got to be brave to love because of emotion, and people get hurt, don't they, all the time, and everyone's letting everyone else down in this place. Trust is just hard. And I'm not blaming anyone, myself, guys. I don't blame anyone because I know of the way this place is, and you got to do whatever you got to do to survive. And people have been in flight and fight mode since probably since 9/11. People have been in flight and fight mode. People don't really relax anymore. They don't know what to expect next. And knowing what we know now, with what the world governments all gang up together against us and do what they want with us, there's a turn up for the books. They give everyone a big shake. So yeah, a lot of this is mining spoil. as you can see, it's just, this is, I got a quarry here. It looks just like this. Large, massive valleys, all chiseled out. Face on that. I wasn't for eye fucking face or something. And these stepped mountains, which are not necessarily, some of them are in the modern day, you know, paddy fields, but they're ancient and they look like mining. The course of the river Colorado and the Great Grand Canyon. Some people think it's a civilization, but to me, it looks exactly like mining spoil. As to this, and as to that, although it could be an old building, not arguing that, but I'm saying looks to be a bit of a stone structure to this, maybe by here too, so maybe a structure. But I think that whole valley has been quarried, and this whole area here, I've been to giant holes in the ground in Wales, mines. I went to a large open cast mine, which blew my head off, and the slate mine as well. The last slate mine in Wales, I went there as well, where they've supplied all the slate for the world, and it was just a giant hole in the world. I couldn't even believe it, guys. You can see the striations on here. This is mining. Okay, it's not natural geology at all. And you can see all the spoil that runs down after a giant operation. So let's just imagine that they've been using the resources of this place. Some of these pictures, look at this square thing going on here. And River Colorado, well, could have been a mining operation quite easily, and a civilization existing around it, like you see in the Mad Max movies, or Apocalypto, more like. And that looks 100% mining. And these mesas, some people think they're giant trees. And some of these pictures are in Svalbard, but some are in Antarctica, they say. Like these are in Antarctica. So even if they are, you know, they say that they're not doing any mining or any, you know, resources out of Antarctica. But the photographs, if this is to be believed, this could be anywhere, obviously. But it is showing mining spoil and what looks like exactly like mining. So I'm going to put forward that I think this is a mining operation, that they're taking the stuff and they're taking it elsewhere, maybe to do a Dubai special. And what I mean by that is in Dubai, they got places that are built on reclaimed lands. They got an earth that is just going to fall it back into the sea. They got a palm tree with all mansions on and stuff, all packed down sand, which is not going to be maintained. It's going to also wash away into the sea. Dubai is a clusterfuck. If you look into that, what a terrible way to run a culture or anything. Anyway, so you can imagine some of the size of these they got in the modern day. I'll show you some more examples later on. So in the past, I think they had colossal mining, the giants mining, taking it all elsewhere on ships, maybe underground tunnel systems, but taking it off this place. And it's exactly like the landscape I just showed you guys, because that's what it is. You see? Because that's what it is. Giant mining operation. Bit like in Dune. Bit Dune-like, the film Dune. Okay, we're moving on. Dun, 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 dun. A little bit more on that later, guys. New subject, Kings of Kings. We're going to look into something that you may or may not have known. I'm going to share some images with you now of artifacts found, if you believe the narrative, because I find it difficult, actually, all of this, and I'll tell you why. It's because the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, I can't remember another famous Egyptian tomb being discovered or anything since the biggest discovery ever, which was Howard Carter's discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. But Tutankhamun wasn't alone. He had two daughters with him. Apparently, he dies 18, dies a kid. Okay, and he was crowned a kid. King Arthur was also crowned when he was 18 years of age. He was a child king as well. Akhenaten died at 18. Tutankhamun. So Akhenaten has an elongated head, okay? And his wife Nefertiti also has an elongated head. I, myself, have an elongated head. No coincidence, just saying. Anyway, so he fathered two daughters who died soon after birth and were buried with him in his tomb. What? So both of them were stillborn at 2 different times? Were they both twins and died at the same time? Because this seems really unlikely that one would be born, die, another would be born and die. 2 daughters buried with him. It really does sound like to me that there's been a bit of murder going on here, and then they're just trying to wipe out this guy's bloodline, or this boy's bloodline, the child king. So is it real? Is it, that they just set this up to get us thinking different things about Egypt that we think now, the pharaohs, etc., and the origins of the pharaohs, etc. So there are some evidence out there, research by Wilson and Blackett, which would suggest some unbelievable things. This is the one sarcophagi that is in, and you can see this is supposed to be a Mandela effect. I couldn't tell you one way or the other. These crooks, you see these everywhere, and in this Tatarian stripe affair, red and white, and he has the 2 cobras, or a cobra and something else on his headdress. Some people think that it was just the one. I can't tell one way or another. There, so the famous golden mask of Tutankhamun. I'm not sure what that beast is. Dragon maybe, and he's got a cobra. So yeah, unbelievable ability to make gold, and all of this stuff looks ultra modern when you look at it, although gold doesn't wear or anything. So I found it really interesting when I looked into research some of these ideas. Yet to corroborate, but I will check them out there because it's so mind-blowing to think about. She had pierced earrings. Oh, he had pierced earrings. 18 years of age. What a shame. 2 daughters. Definitely something going on there. Antony and Cleopatra, guys. Antony and Cleopatra in the movie, played by Richard Burton, Welshman, and Elizabeth Taylor, famous, lovely actress. Married twice. She had more husbands than, I don't know, anyone. But she was lovely, and they got married and buried in Switzerland. So there's some Swiss connection with this whole story, I'm finding, because most trouble and most things in the world, they don't include Switzerland or Sweden in any of these things. So Antony, a Roman, a captain of the guard, brave Antony, and his affair with Cleopatra. She's sexy. She loves to bath in milk. But apparently she got bit on the ass. Always a bit by an asp. Bit by an asp and dies. So a sad story. But there is some evidence out there which would suggest that they had a daughter. Antony and Cleopatra had a daughter, and her name was Mary. Her name was Mary Magdalene. Antony and Cleopatra had a daughter, Mary Magdalene. She was wealthy. They were all wealthy. This whole story is about wealthy people. And Mary Magdalene married Jesus Christ. And they had family. And they came to Wales. And turns out that Antony and Cleopatra, I know it doesn't state all this in the Bible. This is an alternative study, guys. And there's quite a lot of evidence to support it as well. That Jesus had in-laws, and his in-laws were Antony and Cleopatra. There's more to come on that. So Jesus himself, well, after the failed crucifixion, because asphyxiation is how they die of crucifixion, and it's not guaranteed, and they got him down, and they got him out, and they got him away from persecution, which was what's been going on all of the while. I would suggest now that a lot of the persecution and gatherings of peoples during World War II was the Tatarians, not another people, what they might mention. And boo-hoo about, I think it's the Tatarians. I think it's been going on all along. And the Tatarians are Welsh. So Anubis, so they have a lot of cryptids, don't they? They have the same as the Celts. They have identical, they have a crocodile, they weigh the heart. The heart, if it's full of sins, the crocodile eats it and you're off to Shitsville. But if you've got money for the ferryman, all should go well. Who knows? So the gold stick here. So yeah, he's taken a load of stuff with him to the afterlife. Okay. So Jesus had kids. Okay. So one of his sons, according to some accounts, was Lazarus. Rise, Lazarus, rise. Like as in Lazarus, who was brought back from the dead. It says in some narratives that he was son of Mary and Jesus. And Mary's parents were Antony and Cleopatra. None of this is connected with King Tut because apparently there's 1300 years apart in the stories. But there is the fact that there's some sedition, some sort of murder going on here, some taking out of a dynasty or this boy and his next in line and to be replaced. Now I think that happens all the time. I think they do that with dynasties. I think they replace them and kill them. You know, in the Bible when they say about killing the firstborn, yeah, and then Moses gets put into a basket, and then coincidentally and luckily gets found by Pharaoh's daughter, or is it wife, but one of the palace, and then he ends up at an elite, one of Pharaoh's family. Moses is absolutely sorted and landed. Anyway, what I'm finding is this. So the story of Isis, the story of Mercury, Hermes Trismegistus, Thoth, the stories that you see in Mesopotamia, Assyrian, the stories of the Mahabharata, the stories of the Christian Bible, and the story of King Arthur are all rehashing of an identical story. It's like they haven't got that many stories. It's just one different versions of exactly the same story. Krishna died, rose up after 3 days, born of an immaculate conception. There's literally hundreds of similarities between the life of Krishna, an enlightened being, same as Jesus, an enlightened being, and vibrationally Krishna, Christ, Krishna, Christ. It's the same word. It's the same word. Rehashed, the same story over and over again. So he's taking all this stuff because he's going to come back to life, apparently, in his head, in another realm, which is awesome. Okay, after this one, on another VR, should we say. And he's got a load of wealth with him, so we want to hope there's no bandits waiting for him, but he's the royal bloodline. So there's been a search ongoing, and there's been a war ongoing against a certain bloodline in this place. Something that can cure this place, all of it, and blow all of that darkness away, make it all good, like it was. No one wants a sucky existence. Everyone's like, oh, fuck me, reincarnation. Oh, no, fuck that. I don't want to come back and do this all over again. Most people think like that. No one's really genuinely happy with their existence in this place because it's too painful. We're going through torture all the fucking time, anguish, and fucking, you know, all of the shit we got to put up with families and social engineering and people and stuff and things that drive you mental. Okay, it is really hard, this place, this VR, but I reckon we definitely choose hard mode. It's like when you're playing a computer game, but it could be just that, couldn't it? Not that I'd like to, you know, think that there's nothing divine happening, because I really, really do. I think there's a great adventure happening. And all of these stories that happened in the past, the rehash stories, well, they happen again and again, don't they? Which would mean, in my mind, that's happening now. The story is unfolding now. The greatest story ever told is being unfolded right now. That is the apocalypse. That is the unveiling. Notice here, Tutankhamun, he's got exactly the same head shape as me, guys. Exactly the same. I got exactly the same lump on the back of my head. I literally got a piss taken out of me in school, big time, for my lump. So yeah, elongated cranium. So did Nefertiti. Okay, bald, a beadwork on a skull cap. Oh, that's really nice, I guess. So some believe, there's been, that this is all faked, this tomb, but they put a load of stuff in there, took photographs. There's a lot of gold. I doubt that's faked. There's no giant happening. And just a lot of sinisterness about, like, Benny with 2 daughters in his brief 18 years in this place. Seems a bit of a tragedy. So floral bead in situ upon the 3rd coffin. So this is one of his daughters. Hang on a minute. Wouldn't she have been a baby if he's only 18? How old were the daughters? And some of the cloths and the weaving that they do. That's one way you can date, they say. They did it with a Turin shroud. Is these weaves, they collect pollen, and they say you can date pollen. I don't know how you can date pollen, but they say that they found pollen beads in the Turin shroud that can only be from Lebanon or Nazareth. So that shroud had been there at some stage. I've got 2 books on the subject. I'm very intrigued in the story because, seems to be an image of Jesus on there, doesn't there? This is some sort of golden seatage. So, yeah, he was expecting the best on the afterlife, wasn't he, Tutankhamun? If that's the case, he's still there now. There's another VR living his life forever. One day, 100 years sounds awesome. If it is a good life with, beaches and good stuff happening and celestial music that makes you feel all nice and juicy. Oh, fuck, this is lovely. That would be brilliant. And what I'm thinking as well, I may have mentioned, what the fuck are they? They look like dial phones. They're like telephones, don't they, guys? I don't know what they are, obviously. So look at these as well. Gold or silver on there. Oh, sorry, I just lost my train of thought then. Wondering what these are. So, yeah, he's going to take these to the afterlife with him. So, yeah, coming back. So, some people think it's a soul trap, etc. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say, they like you to say that there's no way out of this place. They've been brainwashing us. Oh, no, you can scream and you can shout, but there is no way out. By them saying that, to me, it's like, yeah, well, they would fucking say that, wouldn't they? And I definitely think there's a way out. And I definitely think they're going there. Can't just go and get a jet plane from New York and fly to Moscow straight off of the North Pole when you should be over to. Bullshit. They can't go over an ice cap. It's 45, 50 below up there, 40,000 feet. Why can't they go over an ice cap? Of course they could go over a fucking ice cap if it's an ice cap. No, they can't do that in case you look out of the window. So these are luminous, these chairs and objects. They illuminate, which is really interesting. So there's 2 comments. I'm not sure what this is, alabaster, or what's that white substance? That could be marble. It's beautiful though. And what's it for? Don't know. There's some jeds in here as well. I've noticed jeds under the esophagus for some reason or other. So, it's supposed to be all from the Iron Age, by the way, it's supposed to be a Bronze Age, and it's supposed to be far off antiquity, and humanity is making exquisite art pieces like this. Hunting scenes, for example. These look like little rifles, don't they? Or little models of rifles. And a geese. Oh, don't claim to know what a lot of this stuff is. I know he has canoptic jars, or them jars with his organs in would have been buried separately. This is another esophagus. Looks like it's made of wood with Ankh symbols on it, which definitely is some sort of technology, as we've Long fort. Okay, what the fuck is this? Excuse me a minute. Why is that burnt? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. First of all, it seems to be a load of scratches and like vandalism on it, like other people being in there vandalizing. And it looks like there's some damage here. And it looks burnt up here. It really looks burnt and smashed in and burnt here and burnt there. How can that be? Maybe it's not burnt. I don't know. Wow, that looks messed up, smashed and burnt to me. But that can't be, can it? Oh, okay. Maybe it's that. Oh, we'll break into it by burning it and smashing into it. Oh, well, they would do that. Not really good antiquity. No, it's not the same background. It's not the same cupboard. Maybe that's the back of it. Okay. So it seems that the ruling class some of them had elongated heads. Wow, that's just like a big box. What's that up in the corner? So that's a fan. I thought that was an electric fan then. If that had been an electric fan, that would have been like, uh-oh. The bullshit's bullshit. So hieroglyphics, I got a book right next to me here, Cymriglyphics, which states that Egyptian hieroglyphics are not Coptic at all, but actually Cymric and Welsh, and can be interpreted as Welsh and spoken in Welsh. I think it's true. The whole idea for Egypt, the events of the Holy Bible, I think they've done a switcheroony, is what I think they've done. And I don't think anywhere is where it's supposed to be. I just think they, from the original story and the original narrative, you know, like a myth, and they repeat the names of these places worldwide. And I think they're doing that. I wouldn't be surprised in this other world if there was a London, if there was a New York, and if there was a Buenos Aires in this other world. They repeat everything. Why build one world when you can build two worlds, eh? Look at this. Solid gold, sun disk. So Howard Carter was cited to say, "Oh, what do you see?" And he says, "Oh, I see the most wonderful things." What? And Lord Carmarthen, the Welshman, who put up the money to find said Tutankhamun, and they luckily find him, don't you know? It's a bit like going out and trying to find the Rosetta Stone and finding it, isn't it? Very convenient. Anyway, Lord Carmarthen is subject to the curse of the mummy. And the mummy was supposed to be put on the Titanic. And you know what happened to that. Interesting that this jed here is on a steel plate, it looks like, and the jed is fitted under this. You know, it gives me the sense of suspended animation when they put people into suspended animation when they're dead, only to bring them back later. Why would they put the jed there on a plate next to the esophagus? It's esophagus. Ooh, really interesting. Picture that one. So none of them are giants, I've noticed, but they're children, as you know, two daughters. Not big. But elongated heads a bit freaky. Enough gold to sink a battleship. So yeah, Lord Carmarthen, as I mentioned, put the money up for this expedition. Finds the juice, lucky. But then was subject to the curse. So apparently he dies of an unusual circumstances rather quickly. His dog apparently howls himself to death from whatever happens at his man house out in. Oh, he's got a pair of sunglasses. His manor house out in Pembrokeshire or Carmarthen. Ooh, it's haunting, isn't it? To me, he looks a little bit oriental. You know, them eyes there, rather than Mediterranean at all. Doesn't look really Mediterranean. Looks more like Fu Manchu, doesn't he? Or Ming the Merciless. He looks like Ming the Merciless. Emperor Ming. Emperor Minge, as we call him. All that gold hanging around, eh? And look at them. He had loopy earrings like they have in the modern day. And, you know, these women in the modern days, they're doing this thing with the eyelashes. And they're doing, like, massive, like, fucking Dennis Healy style, massive eyebrows. Like, massive moustaches over their eyes. Because somebody told them they look really nice. And they're like, oh, I do. I look really nice. And then they charge him 40 quid for telling them that. Everyone else is just giggling. So these are for horses in the afterlife or some sort of animals, is it? So we can get around. Yeah, horsey stuff. So where's the weaponage? I'm guessing you got that out. No one's set eyes on the electrical stuff. There's some jeds up there. And some little statues with... I hope YouTube, can I just say, YouTube, yeah, these are antiquity. This is not me. This is antiquity, okay? But you can see they got a thing about the old phallus going on. And the jets. That's the sound they make. I'm just guessing that might not be. You put these around your neck as well. They help with technology. Spread your wings and fly away. And then we got the rings. One ring to rule them all. There can be only one. We got the Eye of Horus on that. Okay, the evil eye is watching you. Watching me, watching you. Watching the detectives. And a load of rings, which look like just normal rings. I wouldn't mind a Tutankhamun ring. Be awesome. Yeah, King Tut. They had a King Tut exhibition in Houston last year, but I bet it's not all of this stuff. It would be good if I need to go to an Egyptian museum. I believe there's one in Swansea. Visit that maybe. Go and see the Egypt British stuff, because there's a real connection with Egypt and Wales that I never was aware of, and the existence of Cleopatra in the country. She shows up here after the shit went down. But she didn't really die of an ass biting her titty. She went off to Wales, and then apparently she went off to Ireland, and she snugged down in Ireland, apparently. So the story goes with old Cleo Lane. So he had some swords for the afterlife, zappy, rather than stabby. Okay, let's have a look. King Tut. There he is. He's looked better, Boy King. He's looking right at you guys. So he's looked better, but, you know, fucking hell, it's been a long while, hasn't it? I don't think it's wise you should dig up old ancient kings. You can see his elongated head. Still got his teeth. And look at all that gold. Wow. Gold does funny things to a man's soul. I think that might have been that cupboard. It's in gold, so obviously it wasn't burnt. Maybe the wooden surrounding was. Fucking hell, they carried that in there, guys. Jeez. Holy macaroni. I've squished through. Is that all there is? Excuse me. Holy macaroni. No, it's not. I've got loads of images. Let's just have a look at some stuff that they collected from Egyptology from King Tut. You've got the old Horus eye. AI. And scarab. You see all the elites and rock stars. I noticed the other day. What rock star was it? Had a scarab ring on. I think it was Robert Plant. Somebody I was watching had a scarab ring on, and these rock stars are into this sort of thing as well. Aleister Crowley had a stiffy about Egypt, didn't he? He went there with his wife. He slept a night in the esophagus in the main pyramid of Giza. And then he has the Book of Thelema downloaded to him, which he writes by some sort of Egyptian probage. So, yeah. That's where he got it all from, apparently. But it's all narratives, isn't it? It's all narratives. I think they lay all of it down, little truth in any of it, for people to investigate and find out if any of this shit actually goes down. So they had like little homunculus things as well. I wonder what these things here are simple. What they are, they're for flicking flies away, aren't they? Because there's flies everywhere. Yeah, I got a really bad back. I got to go to a chiropractor. Apparently, they all live in Cairo. That's where they practice. It's weird. They got little pubic patches here on the badge. So I proposed the Djad or the Jed as an energy source for these vessels because they haven't got rudders and they haven't got sails. Can you see that? So these things here probably gathering energy out of the ether and projecting it that way. A bit like folding space-time around yourself, but instead water, like they say with Star Trek. Something like that. Oh, it looks like there's some cruelty going on against animals or something going on there. And he had gloves. Why he needed gloves, I don't know, because it's fucking boiling in Egypt, isn't it? So, but he's royal. They don't touch people or shake hands. So, yeah, with the royals, what happens after they've replaced a dynasty by killing everyone is the imposters is they do it over and over again, and it's like Game of Thrones. It's exactly Game of Thrones, actually. That story is true. It's like a documentary. They even got the ice wall in Game of Thrones. So they can only inbreed and marry your cousin, you know, because Tutankhamun's wife was his sister. Nefertiti was Akhenaten's sister. Because they can't go outside the bloodline because it'll fuck it up. So every now and again, the royals have to bring in a Farquhar or somebody that will fit the bloodline because they're elites but are not of the bloodline. And they will be brought in to continue. Now, what happenings, like with one royal family that I won't mention, is if you keep interbreeding, you get things like health anomalies or insanity. And there's been a great load of insanity in the royal families in the past, that's for sure. And they have to bring in people, like I said, people who are going to be married and have babies, and their names are written down even before they've come into the world. Like Princess Di. God love her. So, yeah, Valley of the Kings. That's a weird fucking thing, isn't it? Bury all your kings in a shitty old valley there. Something going on with that as well. And the Valley of the Queens. Do, the funky gibbon. The funky gibbon. It's not hard. So come on, do the funky gibbon now. These are gibbons, aren't they? You can see the big red bun. That's also improper. It's a little bit like them trousers all the women are wearing at the moment. They're not like baboon's buns. So there's Howard cleaning her out, smashed the door down. Oh, it's only antiquity. Fuck it. I bet they did more damage than anything, these old archaeologists. Lazuli and all different precious stones. So there it was. There it is in colour, packed up. You had cannabis seeds. You had a big bag of Charlie. You had psychedelics. You had loads of gold to spend in the afterlife. A box here, box 50, full of Jeds in case he needs an energy source in the afterlife, because obviously he's going to want light bulbs, which they had. Otherwise, how are they seeing anything in these places? So there's Howard. Photograph of the actual moment he looks in there. I don't know. They should have been drawing pictures and taking their time with this thing. You could literally go in there in the modern day and see the esophagus and what's left of this thing in there. This one's the wooden outer one, I think, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, wow. The Boy King. It's haunting, isn't it? There's a hole there. I wonder what that's for. It's not on the other side. Like someone had shot at it. It's hard to dent gold as well, isn't it? That looks like a bullet hole. Maybe another one there. I don't know. The investigation is ongoing. Right, let's move on. Excuse me. So, yeah, what did they look like, the Egyptians? Is just like this. Just like ordinary people. Some of them are Phoenicians, Libyans, Egyptians, people of Pompeii. Some of these frescoes or paintings are people of Pompeii. And you can see they look modern. They don't look very, how can I put it? This lady, for example, she looks Mediterranean, but to me, she looks really, really Welsh. God, look at that eye. That looks realistic. She looks super Welsh, especially with her curly hair. But Bavaria, that was on the north coast. Cathedrals, Cathars, the Carthage, North Africa, Bavaria, Egypt. And all of it was a civilization, as I'll show you in pictures a little bit later. So some of them are Mediterranean looking. Don't see too many black people, mostly Caucasian, mostly, I guess, Arabic-y, Turkish-y looking, Welsh looking. She looks Welsh, by the way. And mummified babies. And they used to mummify pets as well. Cats, lots of cats they did. And you'll see a lot of these laurel leaves of control things that they wear. They put these in positions, people of power. I'm not sure if it's to do with bloodline. Here, the Green Man or Bacchus, which is Dionysus. Here is an Egyptian painting. And this could be Cleopatra with an asp, who's difficult to say. She's holding a little vibrational weapon there. And somebody's got horns. So the I watched a film last night. It was a good old film, but it got me thinking. It's called Sphere, and it's about an underwater spaceship, if you like. But there's a sphere in there, and anyone who went into this sphere turned, basically, their imagination created and manifested. And I can't help thinking that that's what's going on in this place. Is we're reckless with our thoughts, and anything that we think happens. You know, the gloom and doom of the world and the news and all the shit that's been going down. And the realm, like, literally responds. But if everyone's on a high and thinking, fuck me, we're going places. This is it. This is our time. Golden era coming. No more anything like we've been suffering in the past, which would be something to really rejoice about, guys. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be the luckiest thing that ever happened to all of us. Ever. That. Which is within our grasp because, like I said, that we are in amnesia, we've forgotten, and we've forgotten who we are and what we are. And when we get it back, we can step into our power and we can be the beings that we are, all powerful, all manifesting, all of the abundance you need, but all it will be is what you need, because you don't need more than what you need. And that will be the future. The future of overabundance and excess and greed and just eating what you don't need and all of that is just, it's unnecessary to me, and it's a waste. It's to do with greed. So yeah, they were interesting people. They all look Welsh to me. Here's another Welsh king, King Arthur. As Welsh as they come, just like the Tudor lineage. So when did he exist, King Arthur? There's a lot of questions. Surrounded by serendipity, says Alba Billy. So thank you all for being here. So King Arthur, yeah. So the orb that we see, the orb. So it could be like that sphere that you see the kings and the queens, and they hold the orb, the crucible, and maybe that orb is a technology, really advanced technology that makes the realm, manifests the realm from an orb, because they literally say that protectors of the realm, they use the word realm. Royalty used the word realm, guys, yeah, to reign over the realm. So here's King Arthur. Now, coincidentally, King Arthur is called the King of Kings, and Jesus Christ is also called the King of Kings. As you can see, most of King Arthur's round table of chosen knights, Lance Percival, Gawain, etc., and Lancelot, Lancelot, and there he is, Galahad at the head of the table. I don't know where Arthur is, and the Holy Grail, the goblet that belongs to Jesus Christ, and this is to do with the bloodline of Jesus Christ. Now, they're all blonde, and they're the round table, and King Arthur's the King of Kings, and he's had a few battles. He gets wounded. And I'm going to show you some people that I actually seen yesterday that are connected with all of this. It's absolutely mind-blowing. But He lost his power, King Arthur. Was taken for a little while by Constantine. Constantine was apparently Welsh, and Constantine went eventually to what we now know as Istanbul, and set Constantinople. It is the same Constantine that brought in Christianity to the Roman Catholic Church, and he ruled for a bit, but only until our Arthur recovered and he knew that he could get the throne back from him, which he did. And Excalibur, the sword in the stone, you know, the special weapon like Thor's hammer that when yielded can fight evil anywhere and have super abilities. So Jesus, dishing out the acid at the Last Supper, as you do. He's got a bit of wine going on, a bit of bread. He's with his bros. They're all ginger a bit. There's a few oldies here. So Jesus, I really do, although they say he walked around the countryside and he was a bit skint, I sort of feel that he actually wasn't. And I think that being a king of kings, you're going to be filthy, filthy rich, I think. And there he is, just like King Arthur at the table with, again, like the Knights of the Round Table, 12 of them, 12 disciples. It's all very coincidental, isn't it? The story of King Arthur and Jesus Christ Almighty. Yesterday, I went to the first the first Christian church on earth, cathedral, which is Llandaff Cathedral. And this is a virtual study of it. It is a mind-blowing place. Feels really amazing in there. But they got some really important people buried in there. Some are hidden and covered by Wilson. I jumped up my fucking skin. I wonder what that was then. Some are covered by Wilson and Blackett, you know, like the tomb of William de Bowes. But some of these, you would be very surprised at who they are. This one, Audrey, the tomb. And these are all in Llandaff Cathedral. And I witnessed them yesterday. You could see ancient vandalism on there from thousands of years, you know, 1,000 years ago. This building's been there. You see all of that vandalism from time immemorial. This is like marble. Ancient. She's got some sort of dog by her feet there, a little dog by her skirts. So, St. Tylo. These are the feet of St. Tylo. St. Tylo, really interesting. I looked into his life. He went to Brittany. He was a Briton. He was Welsh. And he was second cousin to Christ. King Arthur. Christ. And he also, they got a hidden one there, the Taverner. That's a hidden secret, that one there. They ain't telling you shit in there. No, they're not. They're hiding a lot of stuff in Llandaff Cathedral, guys, and there's good reason for it as well. So St. Dyfrig as well, who's also a relative and in the story. Excuse me. So Jesus, some people say St. Dyfrig is Jesus in some of the narratives, and that he's buried in Llandaff Cathedral, which would be a mind blow if it was true. But there's other sites as well, which have been thought to be in some of the literature I've been looking at, the resting place. One of them is there. Some people say that it's the resting place. It shows you a cadaver of King Arthur's father. Right there. It feels really unusual when you're standing there, guys. It really, really does. All of these saints, old bishops of Llandaff, old St. Tylo, old St. Dyfrig, all in the ancient Llandaff Cathedral. Said to be the first cathedral on earth. Wales said to be the first Christian country on earth. Mapped by John Speed, who was cartographer for Elizabeth I, the Welsh lady, in 1552. And he covers, and I've got a John Speed map, which I got sent from LA, which somebody said was an original. If it was, I'd like to bloody sell it. But it's on my wall in my bedroom. And it isn't supposed to be a John Speed. There's St. David's, the smallest city in Britain, which is right down on the edge here. It's a beautiful place to visit. It's got a thing called the Angel Stone there. So this was made in J6 and JO. John Speed in Queen Elizabeth I gave him a old custom house. So I live here, Ely, which is on John Speed's map. And Pen is to do with King Arthur. Anything with pen, like pen art or Pendoilen, there's hundreds of places, is to do with King Arthur. Arthur Pendragon Pen. Arthur's Butt Hill there, King Arthur's Butts Hill. Also up by Llantoni, there's a King Arthur's seat, just like there is in Edinburgh, which is thought to be Jerusalem, the real Jerusalem. And Cardiff is there, and it's only a small place. And Llandaff is the juice. People used to make pilgrimages to Llandaff. It was the absolute juice. And it's now the home of the Welsh Anglican Church. And it's not very Welsh at all. It's been more anglicised. And there it is. Went in there yesterday, the Bishop's Palace. And here in the cathedral itself. One of the towers is now missing. The spire is not there. Interesting that spire isn't there in 1500. There's one there, and one there. Apparently built by Caspar, nephew of Henry VIII. Let me do the dating on this in my head quickly. Yeah, that's possible. There's no spires on them. Anyway, one of the spires blew down apparently in a hurricane. I'll share the map with you in descriptions after. In a hurricane in the 1700s, apparently blew down the spire of Llandaff Cathedral. But an event, they always say that. So 556 of you watching. That's awesome. Good to see you all, guys. Happy Flatter Day. Happy no camel toe Flatter Day, because we don't do that. We're not allowed to mention that, Greta or Cruz or anything like that on this channel at any time. Okay, so don't do that. No camel toeage. You live in Pembrokeshire, indeed you do, Hippie Shake. In Tenby. Do you know you get to Tenby? Yeah, 1B, 2B, 3B, 4B, I know. Okay. Ichdean. Now, this is the Welsh three feathers. And this is the emblem for Welsh. And it's got three feathers, Effethas. But it's also, it looks like the fleur-de-lis. But the weird thing about it is it says Ichdean, which isn't Welsh at all. Ichdean is Czechoslovakian. So there's a connection right there. Is why of the Welsh emblem have a Czechoslovakian word on there? Or is it really Czechoslovak? Or is it really another origin? Here is the slate mine for the whole world. Wales produced all of the slate for the world. We had the biggest coal export and production of any other country at the turn of 1900s. Cardiff was the biggest coal exporter in the world. Swansea, second city of Wales, biggest copper export of the world. It was called King Copper. And slate, which they don't mine anymore, you can't get hold of it, all came out of this one quarry, a big hole in the world. It is a beautiful substance. It's heavy, but it's a beautiful substance to build with. Here is the Welsh slate mine, and I've been there years ago, and it gave me a headache. There it is. Slate miners. All closed down, no need for it. It was replaced by asbestos-style Belgian tiles or clay tiles. And slate is just so durable, last 100 years easy to replace. An old Welsh lady. This lady was born in the late 1700s. She's in her 90s there. And she was photographed in the late 1800s. She's almost 100, but she existed in a time that we can't imagine, 1700s. This 18th century lady is caught on a photograph. Her name's Kathleen, and she has an old witch's hat. But this is the traditional Welsh dress. We dress as witches, okay? And she's managed to keep a smile on her face after all that time. What does that tell you? I know, if you get this far and you're still smiling, you've nailed it. So this is a map of Celtic nations, and you've got Brittany, you've got Cornwall, Wales, the Isle of Man, Scotland, an island, the Celtic nations, okay? But if you just imagine for a moment that this is a map of islands and all of this is still underwater after the flood, biblical flood that flooded Doggerbank, flooded Doggerland. And then it all receded. And that is why Offa's Dyke is exactly on that line there, which is a dike, and a dike is to keep out water. What if the only places left to go were here and here and here and here? Now, wouldn't that change the story? And I tell you guys, if you're on Wales there on that line, anything this side of that line is mountains. Anything that side of the line is flat plains of Herefordshire and Worcestershire and Shropshire, etc. It's all flat, all the way to Birmingham. But loads of maps show most of Britain to be Wales before the Anglo-Saxon or the Phoenician entrance, the Germans. Oh, it's good to see the kings doing good old kingy stuff. Okay. She's like smirking. He said, any chance left? She's like, oh, I'm not so sure. He's like, go on. Oh. So how Welsh was Henry VIII? Well, according to this narrative, he was totally Welsh, and so was the dynasty. He lived in Pembroke Castle. He was born in Pembroke Castle in 1457, which is in West Wales. There he is. How Welsh were the Tudors, really? They were Welsh in their behaviour. They were gingers, and they were proper Welsh in it. So this is an emblem for the Romanovs, and it's a Welsh dragon on its side. You see it on old battle shields as well, which is the Welsh dragon. And here is a rather large Welsh king and somebody making an offering of a jug of good stuff. But they look very kindly. Everyone looks very kindly here. It doesn't look like there's anything nasty going on in Britain at that time of old kings. And Welsh kings have been taken out of the narrative, and we had our own Welsh kings everywhere, which are all buried here, which don't tell you about. It's all about fucking Anglo-Saxon kings, apparently. Like, there's no Welsh kings, apparently. Anyway, so yeah, this is what's going on. A bit of that. The biggest genocide, I guess, in human history has been what's going on against Tataria. That's what I say, meaning the Welsh. Part of Tatarian thing going on, because they're dark, we're dark. These ones, they look really blonde, don't they? They've got a Welsh flag going on there, and that is the battle under the banner of the Red Dragon, the Battle of Cadwynmadar. I don't know. So there's some students in a Welsh castle painting in the past, Victorian days. Oh, very nice, isn't it? Oh, very nice. Very jolly hockey sticks. Draw a watercolour. Nowadays, you'd have like a junkie coming through and ask, yeah, any chance I could have a couple of quid? So I'm awfully sorry, I haven't drawn a picture. Times change, though. So Britain kingdoms in the north, 550 AD, have Gwydind, Ystriclwyd, Rhydweg, and Almet. So the northern counties also had Welsh names in 550. This is the Devil's Bridge, which shares exactly the same narrative as the Gotthard Bridge. That is, well, in Switzerland, it's Devil's Bridge. Here is the first Devil's Bridge. Then that's one reset, then another reset, and then a third Victorian bridge there. And then there's another bridge on top. So we got 3 bridges there, look, in time. Story is, an old lady, she was on this side of the gorge. There's a deep gorge here. And she says to the devil, who's on the other side, she says, oh, will you build me a bridge? He said, aye, I'll build you a bridge. And I want the soul of the first thing that comes across the bridge. She says, yeah, okay. And he builds a bridge, this bridge for her. And then she whistles, and along comes her cow, who strolls across the bridge. And the devil wins the soul of the cow. Pissed off, he's like, wow, what a fucking liberty, and buffeted up back to hell, wherever they go. But that was that bridge. And it's the same story as the Gothard Tunnel, where they had that weird demonic ceremony with all like really bad things going on with world leaders there and stuff. I'm sure you remember the Schwabinists getting it on in their weird voodoo. That's like a Victorian one there. But anyway, Delsbridge, I've been there, went there when I was a teenager. Stunning day, really love the place. And it's beautiful. So the Welsh are everywhere. Look, we're in Pennsylvania. Okay, the Welsh, 1712 in this township here. They got a Welsh flag in American police cars. American universities. Philadelphia University is founded by Welsh, and it is a Welsh building. See this shop here? If I ever did have a shit ton of money, I would definitely open that back up. That would be something good to do. It was the oldest record shop in the world. And as soon as they told everybody, they closed it down and put a Dr. Martens fucking shop in there. So now you buy boots in there. Overpriced Dr. Martens I had in there. So Dr. Martens, although they're really awesome shoes, they can go somewhere else. And this can open back up as Spillers Records and be the oldest record shop in the world again and sell vinyl, because apparently more people are buying vinyl than CDs now, because vinyl's where it's at. And they're brilliant for throwing at people. Zombie Armageddon, get your record collection out, okay? Do you want to keep speaking Welsh, or do you want to keep your kneecaps? The Welsh not. A simplified history. So we were punished up until relatively modern days for speaking our native tongue. And our native tongue is an original branch, all coming from Indo-European. The main branches here you can see Indo-Iranian, Iranian, Aryan. They branch off into the Persians, etc. And then it goes into Indic, which branches off into Punjabi. And as you can see up there, Bengali, African, and Asian languages. So where is Welsh in here? Well, the Indo-Europe result. Danke. Indo-European, European, Celtic branch here, and it's Welsh, Cornish, Breton, and Gaelic coming off there. One of the main branches of languages. It goes off Germanic, and all of these are satellite languages that have all come from Slavic is there. And what comes off Slavic is Czech, Polish, Croatian, Serbian, Bulgarian, Albanian, Russian, Ukrainian, Belarusian, all from the Slavic tongues. But I did hear that the Etruscans that preceded Rome, where Romulus and Remus came from, I did read a while back that they were Slavic of origin, which would be really interesting for what they say about Rome. Fake Britain. This is interesting. Lovely Frizz epinephrine, she said earlier. It's like 1984. Well, this is the map of Britain of 1984 book. Okay. It's fake Britain, but the effort they made, you wouldn't even believe it. It's called Airstrip 1 in the book 1984 Britain, right? An atlas of the fictional locations, England, Scotland, and Wales, being also a map of the land known as Airstrip 1 and destroyed Area 2 by atomic war, including Britsit and Calhab. Britsit and Calhab. And they changed everything. Unglesund, Unglesey, Axelsey, Dofresund. And, you know, if you get right down there, everything has changed. None of the place names are the same. They've put where Cardiff is, they've put Torchwood, like the Doctor Who series Torchwood. For Cardiff, Torchwood 3. Camelot, they've put for Margam, around that area by Newport. Still got a lot of Welsh names on there, though, I've noticed. So Bristol becomes Brichester. London becomes End Valley Fields. Highbury, just no London. There's no London. Trumptonshire. Wow, that's plagiarizing Trumpton, which was definitely around. Exonbury for Exeter. And then you get down to Penzance. God knows. That is just nuts. So yeah, somebody made the effort to rename all of Britain for the 1984 book. I think there's too many clues in that book, and that has happened tenfold. It's much worse than what they're saying. Much worse. The Welsh still speaking their language after 600 years of subjection and attempted assimilation. Fuck yeah. South Pack. Here's a place. I don't know where it is, somewhere in Wales. They're happy to shout about it, but they tell you there's a town called Cockermouth, don't they? So it doesn't matter. Shitterton, Wales. And contrary to what it says, it's a really lovely place. To be born Welsh is to be born privileged, not with a silver spoon in your mouth, but with music in your blood and poetry in your soul. Never a truer word said. So here's the police force down in Patagonia, Argentinian police force, Philadelphian police force. Oh, Welsh. It's crazy. We're everywhere. Former Australian Prime Minister, born Barry Island. She's one of ours, and she's a dinger, a ginger. So, famous people born in Wales. Martin Liedtke, I notice, is not on here, and fucking never ever will be. But I don't want to be one of them. Charlotte Church, she's down to me. She wouldn't be around if it weren't for me. Can I ask Maria? She wouldn't admit it anyway. Morgan Henry, pirate. We have more than one famous pirate. Morgan Edwards, founder of Brown University. This gets interesting, right? Henry IV, George Everest, name was Everest. Jill Sands, tape face, don't know what that is. Hugh Price, founder of Jesus College. Look at this. Elihu Yale University founder, was from Wrexham. Richard Wilson, actor. Henry Moreland Stanley. T. Lawrence, one of my favorites, like Lawrence of Arabia, named my son after him. David Gwilith, don't know who that is. Sarah Siddons. John Cale, musician from Velvet Underground. See, there's loads you could add on here. Richie Blackmore, you could add on here for guitarists. Dylan Thomas, Richard Burton, Anthony Hopkins. See, two of the best method actors in history, all from the same town. What's the chances? Manic Street Preachers, I've seen them. They're good. Tom Jones, love Tom. Love old Tom. So, yeah, they ain't got Shirley Bassey on there either. National costumes. Isn't it funny how national costumes of Wales look exactly like the Puritans of America? They look like they're in Roanoke or something, don't they? They look old American. Where did we go wrong? I think we should go Amish. Been living most our lives living in an Amish paradise. Yeah, I do it. You'd have to loosen up a bit and get a bit more with it and a bit more liberal. Can't have them like being all stuffy about things. Yeah, especially when, with nudity and stuff. So this was the first train in the world. Oh, no. Apparently, according to history, this is the first train that ever existed. It was from Swansea to the Mumbles. The first railway line in history, apparently. Before choo-choo trains. Choo-choo. Okay. So, language, Germanic English. So that would be the Saxons and the Angles. Celtic Geodelic is Irish, Gaelic, and the Manx. That would be worth visiting, the Isle of Man, I feel. Never been there. And the Celtic Brunethic is Welsh, Cornish, and Breton, which you find in France. So the original languages of this place. Right, let me get back. Let's see what's happening with you all, guys. I've been talking, 500-600 of you here. Yeah, Tom Jones. Yeah, he's a local. He's a local boy. He's from up the road here in Tree Forest. And I really like Tom Jones. He's a nice man. He's awesome, is our Tom. So my mother was in school with Shirley Bassey. She used to sing Donna Bomb and Daggers on Cardiff Bay. My mother said she never had she got no ass in her knickers. She had no ass in her knickers. That's all my mother remembered about her. She was that poor. And she used to sing Donna Bomb and Dagger Pub for money. And ended up one of the most famous women you can imagine. Goldfinger. Shirley Bassey gives me shivers. She's amazing. She's just one of the best ever. and she's one of ours. We love her anyway here in Wales. Pamela Swan, good to see you today, sweetness. Hope everything is well with you. Kill the hive mind. Kill the poor. Yeah, drop bombs. JJ Stone, El Dorado. Tribe of Yam. That was a Semitic tribe. Well, there is narratives, like there's some people in the truth community, not that I'm a specialist in this, would say that the tribes of Israel and the Hebrew language itself is Welsh. So I don't know. I think they spread out everywhere. I would say Denmark would be the tribe of Dan. Seems to make sense, doesn't it? Denmark. Matt has a bumpy Wabbit cup. Oh, yeah. I got Wabbit cup. Oh, that's a nice cup of coffee there. Oh, lovely. Okay. Mud Fossils Evidence. Good to see you, matey. Mob Syndicate. Yeah, we got the mob in. That's because they were originally in America, went over there, and then they came back as Puritans. These are all facts. You can find out in official history. In fact, you can read Wikipedia. There's tiny bits of maybe truth there. Donna Maria Farrell, good to see you. I worked in catering for Chum Jones in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Nice guy. Oh, look at you, name dropper. I've never even seen him. But I've seen some of the royal family. Yeah. Queen Mother waved at me. She went like that. Hello, little boy. Hello, little Welsh scruffy boy. Mama Cat. She didn't say that, but that's what she was thinking. Tom is amazing. Tom is somebody that did well for a Welshman, I can tell you that, man. Excellent presentation as always and learning. Well, I hope you do learn. I know we think outside the box here, but this is a part of being open-minded, and I can get away with talking about whatever because it's like my channel, and I do, and I will. So there. Let's give it or take it. I'll offer the evidence later. Reading up on these Celts, I think there's big clues. They seem to know how this place works. They really do. The ancient Celts and the Druids, and it is Gnostic, and the belief systems and not belief systems. They're technologies, guys. It's always about technologies. Okay, and there's Kathleen. Good to see you, sweetness, and Shiva Shampooage, and ooh, let's have a look who we got in the house. Okay. Look, be a lady tonight. Look, be a lady tonight. Von Martin, and did you know they built the pyramids with horse and carts? No, the ancient peoples that we're talking about, they had psychic abilities, isokinesis abilities, and them stones would have been nothing to lift for the builders of the pyramids, who are the Welsh. That's what I think at this moment in time. Shane Wales has been completely sold its soul to the globalists. Well, I wouldn't say it was us, the people, although a lot of them are in that camp, Ian Biggs. It's more our government and stuff. Where I live, people just don't give a fuck about anything, really. Not even Wales or anything. Why, Delilah? They used to use that song in Vietnam to drop napalm. They go, why, Delilah. Yummy went to Amish market today, but it ran out of Mennonite. Did you? Do they do markets? Do they have mobile phones and stuff? Amish is a cult. Yeah, but no. I know, but whatever. It doesn't matter. They seem happy enough, and they haven't got none of the problems that we got in our society, have they? You know, they don't got like. Don't think you get Amish crack addicts, do you, and things like that? But you don't know, or Amish OnlyFans. Yeah. So, New West reset. That would be funny. JJ Stone Eldorado. Joy. Good to see you, lovely. Excuse me. Don't burp on YouTube, Martin. Dougie. Wagwan. Sad through that. I don't about people that brought us here. I don't know what you mean. I can't really think. Slightly dyslexic. Shan Morgeston, make Amish great again. Fuck yeah. I'll join the Amish. Let's have a new branch of Amish called the Martinists. Yeah. Where we grow food and things that we need. Lots of it. Okay, Dallas Fowler's in the house. Good to see you. Krampus is in the house. Good to see you. And everybody, really. It's good to see you all. Thank you all for being here. You are most welcome to Flat Earth British, live here and direct. Torchwood, Doctor Who. Yeah, I stopped watching it. That platform, Cardiff Bay, that goes under the ground. Yeah, I can't watch that. It's same reason I gave up Lord of the Rings, Squirrel. All that, you know. I'm not allowed to say it. I can't say anything on fucking YouTube. Anyway. Oh, that's interesting. Ben Llewellyn. Oh, I don't know about him. I'll have a look at that, Shiva. Thank you. I'm interested in the Welsh language. We'll learn Welsh together now, right? We're going to learn 1, 2, 3 in Welsh, right? 1, 2, 3. 3! Baby Jesus. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pedwar. Pimp. Okay. And we got pimp as well. 1, 2, 3. Pedwar. Pimp. Chwech. 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. 3. So I know it sounds really good, doesn't it? You're impressed with my ability to speak my native language. Right, what's you saying? He's got vote Muppet. You'll get one anyway. I think Cookie Monster's my favorite on there. And I love Count Dracula as well. 1, 2, and Snuffleupagus. That's the only reason I watched it, really. And Big Bird's wicked, though, isn't he? It's a Big Bird. Soft, isn't he? I love Sesame Street. I feel sad all of a sudden for not being a kid again. But I wouldn't be a kid again. I have to go through all that years and years of fucking, oh my God, no. Anyway. So, yeah, make sure to share this out. We're going to do more juice. I've got loads more. I haven't even got images of the day, and I'm almost 2 hours in, so I need to get my skates on. Okay, so we're doing that. Sesame Street taught me ABC as well. It's taught me everything. Like, one of these people is not like the other. One of these people is not quite the same. Can you tell which one is not like the others? Now you're learning to play this game. 1, 2, 3 subscribers. Eric Travel, I enjoyed that. Eric Travel Tube. Oh, I love a trip down memory lane. Oh, yes. Marcel, good to see you, my friend. So, you all crack me up. Yeah, they're all bonkers. I noticed this, Pamela, a little while ago. It starts before I even get you. The count. Yeah, the count. Moment of genius, that was. Crafty Kim's in the house. And ASM Future. Wasn't the count basically a pimp with that cape? I don't know about his personal. I don't know, judgmental or anything, because his business is his own, you know. It's actually a very noble profession. They're not actually called prostitutes anymore. They're called sex workers. Apparently, it's the oldest. And you get what you pay for, which is more than you can say for other things, like in the local spa shop, for example. Whatever. It's not my realm, is it, anyway? Don't care what people get up to. Happy, whatever you're all up to. Puppets get naughty. Yeah, I know they do. I've got a puppet. Let's get a puppet. I've got a puppet over by there. Yeah, I've got a puppet of... I don't know if you can see him over there. On top of there. Yep, that's right. He has got a penis in his hand, but it's not penis. I made it look like a penis. It's a kazoo thing. I know. Why do I do these things? I don't really know. I don't think I'm well. Von Count was Oscar's pimp working on the street. No, I think we're really going into Sesame Street a little bit too much tonight. We don't really need to cast aspersions on all of the characters Yeah. What about Grover? Got anything to say about Oscar? You got anything to say about Cookie Monster? Hmm? Ernie, Bert, Ernie. You got anything to say about Bert and Ernie? Fuck no, better not. Okay. Math, no agenda. Agenda bender. God, there's so many agendas around, isn't there? It's just basically just ignore it all. Realize that we don't know much at all really about our realm or what we're doing. Yeah. Jim Henson, Frank Oz. They done wicked stuff for The Labyrinth with David Bowie. Good film that was. Erno. And our lovely hippie Sheikh and our India Wilson is in the house. Hi, India. Hi, Noon. And David McDonald. Heil Stone. Benedictine. Hi, Nora. Hope everything went well and you caught up and everything. Sorry, everything about today. Everyone, give my friend Nora some hugs and crutches. Okay. Everyone, give Nora a hug and crutch. Because we all need a hug. Apparently, it heals everything, even a virtual hug. It's nice to know that people care in the world. An uncaring, cold world. Down a Fraggle Rock. Dan she cares away. Down a Fraggle Rock. I love fucking Fraggle Rock. I forgot all about Fraggle Rock. Oh my God, thank you for that. Oh, the Fraggles were wicked, weren't they? And they disappeared, didn't they, when we went back to normal world? The Fraggles can just disappear like that. That was really good. Thanks for that memory. Yeah, virtual hugs. Virtual hugs all around, actually. Okay. That's just for being epic, you got a hug. You got a hug anyway, even if you want you. So it doesn't matter. Oliver Klein, good to see you. I'm quite loose with my hugs, you'll find. Dave is my bro, Psycho Dave there. Give your dog a big hug for me. Give it a kiss on the nose. Love your dog. We love all animals. Kiss them all on the noses. I've forgotten about Fraggle Rock too. It makes you happy thinking about them fluffy ones with the wild hair. And them Animal on the drums. Animal. Oh, fucking hell. I miss Piggy. Hiya! See, that was cruelty. She kept fucking up and gaslighting poor old Kermie. And Kermie, making out it was all love and all that. And she's fucking him up. See how that went down? Poor Kermie. Pigs in space. Anyway, we've had a reminisce about the Fraggle Half-Life. Gonzo. Oh, with the nose. I love Gonzo. Hi, New. Yeah. That was epic. I forgot all about Gonzo as well. Isn't it weird how it just springs back in your mind the image? You know, see Gonzo now, can you? With the fucking nose. Epic. Ooh, I love Golden Memories. Thanks for sharing. It gives me little tickly feelings in my belly. Magenta is a psyop. Emo was magenta. I've heard this before. I don't know. Are you saying the color is a psyop? Because I seen it the other day. Oh, thank you, US Media. Sesame Street, Muppet Show, Fraggle Rock, Star Wars 2, and The Labyrinth you've done. Oh, thanks, Nick. That's super kind of you. Do appreciate that. Very lovely person. Vibes. Hugh smacking up them jokes. I'm bringing the love. Crazy John. Jordan Fogarty. Good to see you as well. Fogarty. I don't know how you spell your name. Say your name. Ooh. Come to Liverpool, actually. Ian Biggs, I may go up to Liverpool one day. Go have a look at the Cavern Club and stuff. I'd like to do that. I've never did that before. Always in docks in Liverpool. I've been in fucking Bootle or Garston. Have you been to Garston? I went into a pub in Garston and inadvertently walked into an NF convention. It was like, it's like 500 skinheads in there. I think I come into the wrong place. They were all right. Never got my head kicked in, which is unusual. Could it be a lie? It's just an illusion in all its confusion. Searching for a destiny that's mine. After 3. Okay, we're getting back into the juice. Thanks for all being here. It's great to see you all, guys, and wave to you, virtual love you and stuff. Oh, it's lovely. Feel really good. I got a good video here. I'm going to show you this next, actually, because I'm going to warm the cockles of your heart. This I found on Facebook, so I thought, oh, that's lovely, and I love elephants anyway. Elephants are just the best. So, do you know when the fun fair went to Blackpool in England, Blackpool? They took the elephants down to the beach. Check the elephants. They'd never seen the sea before. They're like, what the fuck is that you've been holding back? What is it? It's the sea. Ah, it's lush. Woohoo! Look at them. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Elephants love the sea. Of course they do. They're lovely elephants and they're super smart. I love elephants. They remember everything. And super loving as well. They're like, they go like that on your hair with their trunks and fluff your hair. They're really cute. Let's watch that again because that's too cute for me. Okay, elephants taking a wash in the sea in Blackpool. Okay, 100 years ago. First time they've seen it. First time they've ever been in the sea. I bet there's people still that haven't seen the sea. Probably in Britain even. Maybe some people from Birmingham. They're a fuck ton away from the sea. People who are landlocked. Maybe there's Swiss people that have never seen the sea. I found that tricky when I was young, when I tried to join the Swiss Navy. I just found out it didn't exist. No, that's not true. Okay, that was cute. We love you, elephants. Thank you. Okay, we had a fun fair here in Cardiff. Fuck me, it was dangerous in my local area. Yeah, they got rides. I did record of them, but we're going to go through some sound machines. Only a few pictures from Europe. They are beautiful, but you can see what monks were capable of with copper chisels and horses and carts in the past. Here's Rouen Cathedral. And as you can see, it's got lots of knobbly bits and a somatic window. But they look like radiolariums. They look alive. They look like some sort of animal. Some look like ships. Look at this tower. That's an unusual tower. Double cymatics. And these ether arches that got all these serrates in, which slightly look a bit Moorish. I seen them yesterday. But they interact with the ether. The whole thing does. Yesterday, we went into Lantern Cathedral, walked through the door. I never swore or anything in the church, or I never told a lie either in the church. I'm just saying. And you walked in, and there was just this clear feeling. It was like everything just went super HD. Can't tell you. The air cleared. I felt clear. My mind felt clear. Consciousness just felt clear. There was no noise. It was just serene. The atmosphere in there. Just the air in there. And it was very noticeable the way I felt. I was like, wow, I feel really, really HD. Really clear. I got outside and then it's got fuzzy again, you know, back to 420 reality. But I tell you what, in there, it was HD. Peterborough Cathedral got it going on. There's a town I've never visited. And Notre Dame, the famous Notre Dame. This thing here burnt down, as you all know. This was added to this Antiquitech in the 1850s, according to the narrative. But you see this thing on a lot of churches. And they burnt it down because I think it was active Antiquitech and they couldn't leave it there. St. Mark's in Venice. And Oxford Cathedral. It is a monster. I've been out next to it, outside it, looking up at it. There's like a rail people look down. It's just a monster cathedral. There's some really big churches in Oxford. Beautiful, beautiful town. Bourges, look at the buttresses that are holding up these walls because of the elevation so high. A lot of buttress on there. A lot of Antiquitech around the edges too. Oh, look at that. So, yeah, the unbelievable technological abilities of the so-called ancients, St. Peter's Square and the Basilica of St. Peter. Yeah, for some reason, we can't do this in the modern day. This is the other Ely. I live in Ely in Cardiff. This is the other Ely in Cambridgeshire, which is a cathedral city. And it's got this beauty. It's a monster cathedral, the one in Ely. I've only seen it from a train window. Again, something I'd like to see. And there's another beauty there. Something missing up here, though. Looks Roman. Or what they call Roman. Again, missing. I've seen this yesterday in Llandaff. Loads of missing saintages from the front elevation. Blocked windows. You know, they're just hiding so much of the old world. And the churches, you know, all buildings are based on symmetry, especially in the old tech. And this one's completely lost its symmetry. Do you notice something missing? Exactly the same as what's happened to Llandaff Cathedral. One missing tower. You got the spire in Chesterfield, which is twisted. The twisted spire. I think Antiquitech went wrong. Some of these burnt out. La Chapelle. Beautiful. Look at that. The size of that for a sound machine. Imagine what that could do. All of these active at one stage in time. The bells all chiming, communicating. Again, Strasbourg seems to have lost a tower. But they got somatic windows everywhere. That looks like a fasces looking down that window. Exactly like a fasces. Screaming high buttress. Must be a very high church then. And it's got bombed in the war. God, look at that. That looks so technological. Wires going in. Looks like a rocket. But the other one is missing, which you see so often from some catastrophe. But that is a monster, that's Strasbourg. I've seen that before. Actually, this could have been blown down in the Austro-Hungarian War. Strasbourg got heavily bombed in that. Bourgeois, I don't know, but it's frigging huge, the French. So it makes you think where they got the materials, where they got the stone, how did they get it there, the designs, the blueprints. It's just mind-blowing that they managed to put these together. Durham Cathedral, never seen that. I've never been to Durham. I want to see old Durham town. Florence, which I have seen. And they had golden domes, or one golden dome. And I've seen that thing there with the outside conduits, which is like tiles on the outside of the building. And as you know, tiles made of ceramic are great electricity conductors. They use them on spark plugs, don't they? So Evreux Cathedral is a monster. Look at the size of it next to the buildings. 6-story building, and it's just up there. That's a replacement tower. I reckon this is a landing platform for a balloon, wouldn't you say? Or even there. And they got one of those towers like you see on Notre Dame, that burnt down. Same thing going on. Got some scaffold in there. Amazing, isn't they? All these Gothic cathedrals. Just mind-blowing. So this was the highest building in the world, apparently, up until the Empire State Building. It's on top of a hill, and it was higher than the Pyramid of Egypt and other notable 8 wonders of the world, etc. And this thing is infinitely big. I showed you film. I was there, and basically the bell started to ring. I was laying by here, and I looked up, and there was an upside-down rainbow directly above York Minster. An upside-down rainbow. Pulled a woman walk past. I said, "Did you see that?" She's like, "Oh, right, that's unusual, isn't it?" I was like, "No fucking shit." Lots missing off that church. Big wing of it burnt down in a fire in the past, but I gotta be honest, York Minster, I was not impressed. It's not as good as Lincoln Cathedral. Lincoln, that is an amazing cathedral. That's what I think. But all technology, look at this. That looks really unusual. I haven't even seen that style before on the spires. Looks slightly Indian, if anything. Wow, that is amazing. Winchester Cathedral. Never seen that. No, I actually have seen that. I have seen that from a train window. It's not a very big tower on it, but inside is infinitely big. It's where they keep, apparently, they got a table on the wall inside there, which they say is King Arthur's round table. They claim it to be. And there's St. Isaac's. Seen that many times. 4 angels, golden dome technology, tortoise field technology, and live building. Chichester. Doesn't look much of a cathedral, but they don't have to be big, do they? Cool. Milan's got, oh, look at the size of Milan's cathedral. Wow. All of these knobbly bits reaching up into the ether, collecting ether, charge. Rochester in Kent. There's also a Rochester in New York, isn't there? University City, repeated names. I've been to the other Boston in Lincolnshire, went there, and the other Washington, not Washington, D.C., the other one in also Lincolnshire. Bloody cold place it was. Bayeux Cathedral, where they have the Bayeux Tapestry, which gives you the historical narrative for the Norman conquest, Harold having an arrow in the eye, etc. And that's where we get our history from, because apparently all that happened, whatever. 700 years. That's what I say, guys. 700 years of history. They turned the clock on after Armageddon. Complete reset. Mad Max days. A lot of the world was still wrecked, you see, in 1700s, in Pierre van der Haar books. A lot of the world is still wrecked then. Oh, Vienna. Reims Cathedral, that got a bit bombed as well, didn't it, in the war? Neon. Oh, that's unusual. Look at that one. Strange port thing going on here. Porto. Look at that. Not seen anything like that on any other church. And strange frontage as well, I must say. Different style altogether on some of these churches, the back bits compared to the front bits. Actually surprised at the different style. I haven't really seen. That one in Moscow looks like ice creams, doesn't it? Ice cream fudge sundae or something. But that is the top of the building. The rest, surely underground. That's why it all looks top heavy. Why would you have 2 completely different spires? Chartres Cathedral, yeah, that got damaged in the war. And it's a monster as well. Huge. And why would you put a building directly in front of it? I don't know. You think you'd have a big courtyard, wouldn't you? Like St. Paul's Cathedral there in London, built by Sir Christopher Wren. After the Great Fire of London, there was another cathedral there, apparently. This thing's lost its symmetry. Something's missing out of that clock tower, which is always a hole, which is probably a somatic blowhole. Oh, fuck me. Sisson's Cathedral's definitely got something missing there, hasn't it? All of these cathedrals that exhibit in damage like this and missing towers and missing spires, I've noticed. Anode and cathode, Murphy's Law. In fact, yeah, I definitely think that. But I think there might be a connection with the Cathars, you know. I'm not sure. They were an obscure peoples, weren't they, in cult, dealing in Gnostic magic. These places, they were last vestiges for people hiding the bloodline, people hiding the abilities, the psychic abilities. Some of them hid out. They go to the circus, or they go to these places. Gloucester. I went to a cathedral, a large church in Newark, in Nottinghamshire, and there was a plaque outside. I posted it actually in a short, I think. A plaque outside saying in the English Civil War, the saints inside this church were removed from it and put outside. I was like, yeah, I know why that is. Because their light was so great that you couldn't really have them in there. You were doing dark things with the building. So they're too lit. They have to go. even in dead forms. That's why reliquaries are so powerful. They still hold the essence of that saint or that they lit it the fuck up. The holy glow. Wow, look at Glasgow. It's all like just graves are just on the floor. No gravestones are laying down. Oh, that looks bleak, doesn't it? I've got that in a pencil drawer and it looks mud flooded because this is like the level here. And then this is all lower, like uphill. Definitely looks mud flooded. I bet these windows extend under these as well. I bet your bottom dollar that's what's going on. Come on, mate. Okay. Jesus, that's an unusual spireage. And they're just like gantries on top for landing your balloon. Jump off down the staircase. And away you go. So, Cathedrals of Britain. Right, we're going to get through to my images, my think images. Let's have a little mosey through them. I got quite a bit to share, but the time's going on and I've been talking for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Last post, 4 hours. And I didn't mean to, really. So almost 564 of you watching, and you're watching on Facebook, I think, as well. Going 2 hours. Thank you for being here. Happy Flatter Day. So they're trying to tell us something here with this Colgate toothpaste. Advanced whitening, tartar control. Oh, they really do take the piss, don't they? So let's have a look on this amazing painting and what's going on. We've got a load of rowmen rowing. That's what rowmen do. And this, I'm always intrigued with this cup. You see Mary Magdalene with it. It's a goblet. You know, it's this, well, this disc. I'm not sure if it's like the bread they give you at communion or whatever. Oh. The angels got fiery sticks, so they're getting involved in the battle. They usually do. And there seems to be an angel on board that ship. You get a bit of divine help if you're on the right side. You know, I bet the Death's Head Squadron in World War II, the Nazis were like, we have skulls on our helmets. It's like, yeah. It's like, well, are we the good side or the bad side? So we're the good side. God's on our side. How do you know? Because we conquered everywhere. Oh, well, what about the skulls? So well, things die in this place, don't they? Oh, yes, there's that, isn't there? So let's look at the plunder after a reset when you get in your cave or in your vault and you bring your stuff in when you found outside. So bits of armor, bits of gunnery. Okay. And some tools. You're going to need some tools to build shit. And she's waiting home naked for him, which is awesome. Bit inappropriate considering Sprogs are around, but whatever. Dear. So I'm not sure what this is. I'm thinking it might be, it's being dug out of the mud. And what it looks like to me is water structuring. The way it's nested down. Or there could be something to do with dying. I don't mean dying like, I'm having a cardiac arrest. I mean like dying clothes or something. But whatever it is, it's got feeders there. And these geometric, don't know, what could you call them? Pics? Make your own mind up. Piranesi's vases. So in Piranesi's, this would have been better if I'd have showed this on my Piranesi video, actually. Too late now. So in Piranesi's prisons and Piranesi's pictures, you get a lot of these massive vases. Okay, they are a lot bigger than a human. What is in these vases? Could it be cremated giants? Something in these jars. You see them all over, like Greco-Roman architecture. They have these jugs, big, massive jugs. Seen one yesterday, actually. So this Roman emperor heard about British Happy Hat Flatter Day, so he thought he'd join. He looks fun and all, don't he? Look at his eyes. Looks a little bit crazy, but we won't hold that against him. Rapé. So here's some indigenous peoples. Can't tell you where they're from. But what they are doing is what it looks like is they're giving one another a psychedelic compound at the schnosh. Yeah. And it looks like it's mutual. So as long as you don't like, as long as you haven't got a nasty case of bronchitis or a snotty nose, that would be okay. Rapé is amazing. All right, let's have a look at Africa back in the day. So we got an early map here, medieval map, and it seems to be showing a lot of actually white people occupying Africa. See too many blacks around, and lots of big chunky castles and towers and castles. Even in West Africa, down in Ghana, we got massive castles. Really weird. Castles, and kings and ley lines. They show you ley lines on these maps, to ley line points where there is a, and if you get the ordnance for these longitudes and latitudes for these points here and here, I think this is where they cross in points with the ley lines. And I think this, if you're standing there, and whatever you think would in fact affect the entire realm. So if you're there and you're chanting or you're feeling good, juicy thoughts, it would go outwardly. I think it works the reverse as well. I tried to do on a Flat Earth British tour, I tried to do a cleansing of ley lines to try and heal the world. And each ley line that I cleansed, I got iller and iller. By the end, I was almost dead, like literally going to die. Just no energy left in me, sucked it all out of me. It was fucking terrible. And so I did it wrong. But I think these go both ways, biodirectional, these ley lines. I think if you do it right and you know what you're doing and where you are, these places, the veil's thin between these places as well. You can affect the realm. And I think this is why wars are fought over certain places, why they keep you out of certain places like Chernobyl, for example. It's because of these nodal points that are important to us. And I tell you what, the Celts and the Druids, they knew all about these locations. Where is the Sahara Desert? Well, it doesn't exist on these maps, does it? At all. It's all castles and glory. So something really terrible happened to this place. And this is all desert. We'll have a look at a topography of it. It's not what you think. It's crazy underneath the desert. It got zapped, and I was proposed by fascist technologies. So let's have a look at some more people of this Mediterranean area of the past. She's got green eyes. It's not on her, but she's fair. He looks a bit Jesus-like, but definitely Caucasian. Definitely like they're modern people who could live in Britain right now today. Or anywhere in Europe, really. But they're supposed to be from the Mediterranean. This is in Glasgow. I got told that this goes 2 layers down below ground. And this is just the top of the building in Glasgow. Nice little red bricker. Attractive little build. And this is the University of Pennsylvania, which is still there today. But in the past, it was just full of mud outside. Nothing but mud. No infrastructure really anywhere. Just what looks like a mud-flooded building. High entrances. And mud, which is really weird, if you ask me. So there's a topographical map of Africa. I'm not sure if you've seen one before. I love topography maps. It gives you a real good idea of what's going on. You can see the Rift Valley, the Great Rift Valley, and you can see these low depressions here where the deserts are, and the large mountain ranges of Tanzania around to Lake Victoria. You can find the Nile, where people who are in denial live. And this is the Sahara Desert. And you can see there's depressions, lower bits. But all of it from here seems to be a lot below sea level. A lot of it. Some lakes in there, Lake Chad. It's quite mountainous, this part by Sudan. And along the Red Sea. And the Atlas Mountains got to be just the best, the biggest. Honestly, I've gone through this bit here And these on this side are super duper big mountains, guys. So these are the Atlas Mountains from Morocco. So yeah, really love topographical maps. Give you a different idea. Have you ever seen what Earth's supposed to look like without the water? Fucking ridiculous. Can't believe anyone thinks that. So this is a river, a bridge across the river in Missouri, River Missouri in St. Louis. And you find with these, this one looks like the Forth Bridge in Scotland. It's a huge double spanner going across the Missouri River. But they brought this stone here with this one horse and this cart here, as you can see, and all of this stuff, this steel, to get it up there, out on barges and up. Just seems like a massive effort, doesn't it? Kind of thinking these bits were here already, We'll have a look at the Menai Bridge. So the boys from the black stuff. Okay, I've done this job, tarmacking. I really enjoyed it, actually. The smell of tarmac in the morning is bloody lovely. But in the past, the ladies do it. And let me tell you, shoveling tarmac, okay, is hard. It's heavy as fuck and it sticks to your shovel. You've got to keep your shovel hot so it doesn't stick, okay? And she's going in the tar and she's doing the tarmacking on the road. So women done tarmacking. That's really hard work. Got steamroller. I'd go with one of them as well. Oh, creosote. Oh, I sniff a fence, me, Marianne, with creosote. I'm like, oh, and I got a big lump of creosote on my nose then. Looks like poo. So let's have a look at old New York. This is the Astor Theatre. Should have been on Broadway, Times Square area. Astor Theatre there. And all the beautiful horses and carts and women in gowns. This, how do they actually go to the toilet? They're in the middle of the city. Nowhere's really got toilets. And then they got all of this 25 fucking layers onto their frilly knickers. Makes no sense. So London's changed. Oh, excuse me. London's changed. So there it is, Greenwich, where Greenwich Mean Time, the meridian started in 1800s. But before then, each country had its own meridian. Jerusalem was a meridian, Cairo was a meridian. But no, this was agreed by literally a meeting in America. A decision of what was going to be meridian for the whole world. And it was agreed that would be Greenwich. And I think there's something about the geographical location of the Greenwich to have it there. And now Greenwich 2020, and you've got all the Docklands splattered in it behind, looking like America land. Downtown, but that's the Docklands. They keep the massive skyscrapers away from the West End. This is interesting. Somebody's really smart. This is an exam paper from 1992. Name 4 heavy metals and their symbols. So we got Metallica, and their symbol. Slayer, good one. Megadeth, oh yeah, and Anthrax, yeah. See, I would have given like 10 out of 10 for that, for effort. So this little tiny dot of a woman, she was the most powerfulest woman in the world. Hard to believe, isn't it? Queen Victoria ruled a third of the Earth's surface and was the richest woman in the world. Oh, and she was under 5. She was just 5 foot. She was literally tiny. All dressed in black because she was mourning Prince Albert and his pierced foreskin, apparently. That's what Prince Albert actually is. This is my statement of the week. Hark, those out there. I'm not interested in fighting, hating, blaming, or being petty with whatever time I've got left in my life. I want to live. I want to be happy, and I want to be loved, and I want peace. And that's me all over. And why not? I've never had peace of mind, and I'm 56. I should have had it at least one day in my life. Flames do not cast shadows. Did you know that? Well, the graphics department for SpaceX definitely forgot about that. You can do it yourself. Flames do not cast a shadow. Yeah, I know. This is good. Piggy Wiggy. Let's see what things Piggy Wiggy sell. Ooh, mice cream. Lovely. Okay. What else we got? with an insane orgy of value during our incomprehensible Wiggy Piggy 88-cent sale. Okay. Butcher's Shame, lamb chops and ham. Okay. Pretzels. They've been around a while, haven't they? Pig butts. Old smoked shanks, like pig bums. Ox groin. Okay. I like ox tongue, but I'm not so sure about ox groin. Frozen foods. Freeze milk. Ooh. Okay. Well, abrasive towels. I don't know what they're for. Poo paper. Cheese zits bath. Liquor flour, don't know what that is. Roach slide. Ooh. Air raid ointment. Oh, that could be handy. Baldness wax, definitely. Syphilis jelly. Oh dear. Nostril shovel for cocaine people. And cramp crackers in the wiggly piggly. See, the world has always been weird, even before the internet. Do you realize a Cunt Museum is that way? Do you realize us older people here, Alva Billy, Hippie, Pamela, Lovely, all of you, I'm not saying you're older, but get at my age, we are the last generation to ever live without the internet. I mean, when we pop off, all of these newbies, yeah. Oh, there's Robert Plant. All of these newbies, they won't even know what life was like without the internet. There's Queen Vic. I kind of like her. She liked a curry. She liked a vindaloo. She liked a chicken tikka masala. She liked cannabis. You can see her eyes. She's 2 sheets to the wind right there, isn't she? Fuck me. She looks stoned. Can you imagine the weed Queen Victoria has? She liked cocaine. She liked all sorts of drugs, Queen Victoria, but she loved Abdul. Here's Princess Margaret. Okay. She liked to do what the elites do, like eyes wide open business. But you know, when she was younger, she was really beautiful. She was really beautiful, Princess Margaret. She's much better looking than the other one. Really beautiful. And here is another bunch of the family, the royal dynasty of Britain, the Romanovs. The Romanovs got a Welsh flag. So they do switcheroonies in the Roman aristocracy. Now, I noticed Rasputin's not in this photograph. Notice the nose on Tsarina. It's that Phoenician nose going on, isn't it? And these two, yeah. Well, he looks like she looks like a he, and he looks like a he too. Because Anastasia and her, she looks like a girl. Anastasia, she's supposed to have survived the Bolshevik assassination attempt because she had diamonds in her clothes and then ended her life in Swansea, in Wales. I believe that's true. So here's the Crown Prince of Belgium, Crown Princess, I mean. Something's going on with the eyelashes, but, you know. Switcheroony. I'm not being cruel. So she didn't, like, nobody mentioned it in the royal court. They are a lovely little dog, Jack Russell. I reckon she was fucking lovely, old Queen Vic, except when she was, like, starving all of the Irish to death. That sucked a bit. They call her the famine queen. But there's Abdul. So he comes from India and he is her best confidant. He loves her to bits and he gives her whatever she wants. She's like, Abdul. It's like, yes, Monsab. She said, bring me one of those lovely onion barges that you do me and a samosa. So he goes, yes, Monsab. And wash my feet. So here is Nefertiti. As you can see, she's got one eye and she's got an elongated head. Nefertiti, who was married to her brother Akhenaten, same narrative as Osiris, and chopping the willy off and gold and everything else. And there she is from the side. She's got definitely, I might be related to these because I got exactly the same shaped head. Weirdly. So this temple, 1870, okay, now stripped of its original 9 spires on top of the top of the corners due to a devastating earthquake in 1897. So there was a lot more of these towers, but everything seems tickety-boo in this photograph. Let's have a look at the Antiquitech. Ooh, juicy. They look like spark plugs, don't they, or some sort of technical gadgets. So these guys look really, really lazy, but maybe they've just been working so hard. So what they're doing is they're connecting at mainland Wales to the island of Anglesey. This is the Menai bridge. I know it looks like the Clifton Suspension Bridge, but it's not. It's the Menai Bridge. Now, apparently, they built this bridge, but they built these big, massive slabs to build the bridge on. And it looks like it's dirty and covered in shit. And this bit here looks really dirty. Looks dirty at the top. Looks old. So really, what could have happened is these bits could have been here. And all they've really done is put the steel bit across and the suspension. Because you do not see these things being built here. They're there. Already there. And looking old as fuck, by the way. They don't look like new brickwork to me. It's all dirty and weathered up here. It looks old as fuck. And these slabs, they're massive. They look old as fuck too. So that could have been there anyway. Same old story. Anything that's been built is fucking already there in photographs. You can't catch anything being built in the 1800s. So the pyramid was coated with all of these at one stage. And they would have had a coating on top of them. It would have reflected light, probably. It's all splattered. So imagine all them stones, millions of stones, all on top of one and the other, the effort. Biggest mystery we know, innit? The building of them. Mind blown. So here's some ancient gods of the Hindus and other faiths. And they all got these trident tech things on their heads. This one's gone a bit to shit, but it doesn't matter. Techno earrings and headwear. Clothing technology. What can it do? Amplify thought. Imagine being psychic. You can literally just send a mind conversation, across to the other side of Tataria. So she's going out on a wheel. How's it running? Pedals? Maybe. I think a lot of these things run on ether power, including the old tram cars, is what I think. So let's have a look at some of these artworks of old. I notice around this painting, they feel the need to put 4 Vajra, 3 Vajra, 4 Vajra. 4 angels, 4 Vajras around that painting. Painting of the Ark of the Covenant, which has to be technology. 2 angels converging, wings touching, people getting ill near it. So Switzerland's a definite player in all of it. This is in, I think, Streets of Bern. We've got a dragon attacking people and running for their lives on you. So what is the dragon? It's all over my flag. It's all over everything. So one person came along one day and buried that deep in the ground. How do you think that was possible? It's weird. You can see all like sort of markings. They're covered in markings, actually, aren't they? You can see that. Never noticed that before. If this is sexy woman, sexy Yuan, which it is. Never noticed that before on any of the other sexy Yuan photos. Have you seen that before, guys? Yeah, crazy bit of Stone Age. Had to be giants. Tatarian women with clove tech. I don't know why their mouths are closed. Probably some mean or say words. Their husbands have forbade them to talk because they just keep saying stuff all day. I don't know. So I don't know what's happening in that cavity up there. There's a big gap above their head. And all of these coins seem to be, silver coins seem to be a tech. So. Thamos, god of Assyria. He's going to kill you all. He's got a massive Thamos gauntlet. Okay, he's going to reset the whole of half the civilization. Okay, he's got a fake beard. He bought him fake beards are us, and he's got a big Rolex, which he bought off an Oriental guy who told him it was real. That's what he's pissed about. That's why he's going to come and Thamos your ass. Nice one. Okay. I'll protect you from the hooded claw. I'll keep the vampires from your door. So why is she doing that? She's like veiling her face. There's a message in there somewhere which I'm missing. So I'm a ghost. I don't know. Knobs and knockers, eh? Here's a couple of door knobs. And a real nice mechanism. Great. Attention to detail. Lovely. Sort of attention to detail. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it's a water gobletty thing for giants. Maybe an old font made of what looks like silver. And it's in a Muslim country. Growing some nice big chrysanthemums. They growing anything else? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. So, some antiquitech up on that building. Check it out. We've got some what looks like lights in there in the modern day, but a lot of antiquitech there, and a camera. Got a face of a lion there. Excuse me. So there's the face of antiquity, the ancients, so-called Greeks and Romans, Carthaginians and Trojans. I've already found out this week, mind-blowingly, the Troy and Trojans, and all of that happens on the British Isles and was part of the Welsh narrative. So these people, a lot of them could pass for people who live in Cardiff Bay. That's for definite. Look at the big mince pies on there. Oh, I love big eyes. He looks like he's a bit gaunt, but definitely looks like he's a local. So yeah, I easily, when I'm in the Mediterranean, they are always talking to me in either Greek or wherever I am, Turkey or wherever place I am. They talk to me in their own language. They think I'm one of them. I'm like, hey, nonny, no. Isn't it funny? There's a road that doesn't seem to be the Silk Road, which could be, going all the way from France. This road. Right through Poland, Russia, Scythia of old, up north, all the way to that peninsula we know as the Tutaria, which it says there. So there's a road that goes all the way from Europe to north, the Tatarian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, a northern Silk Road. On that map. Isn't that incredible? Thousands and thousands and thousands of miles long. All tree lined. That old Phoenician map. So I actually watched a program a couple of days ago about the Shetland Islands up here. It's like still part of Britain. And it's like so remote. They got people going off grid up there. And that place got no crime, no problems like the rest of the place. So here is Solomon the Ottoman king. I don't know if it's Solomon the Great. He's got a bit of a conch on him. He looks like he's from no city. Fuck off. And he's got a lot of beads on his happy hat, but he's got like a papal hat on. Ethers. This is a tech. Probably plays music and all sorts, like an MP3. So apparently, I can't verify it, obviously, because I'm not doing this this radar work. But this is apparently the sea floor, okay, in the Arctic Ocean under what would be the Hyperborean. Greenland is showing a large inland lake in the middle of Greenland. And you see in like big depressions and shelves that fall off here into deeper zones. What looks like a mountain range, what looks like another mountain range, and then these cliffs and another depression where it falls into the deep. And then shallower seas down to Russia here. And this is what they show us for what is Hyperborean. And I notice where Svalbard is here, okay, and these other islands, they're all in a line on this shelf here. Where's the rest? Is it there? So, thank you, Hippie Shark. Thank you, Jeffrey Bailey. And Uno, what's happening, my brother? And Donna Marie, and Kathleen, Krampus, and everybody for being here. I've had this. Good to see you, my man. All grid melted. Definitely, I think, is a thing. I think there was a definite mishap somewhere along the line. And we got reset. So, yeah, look at that heavy hat, Hippie. Heavy hat. So, check this sound machine for tiny little people. This is where they talked about the mystery scrolls and the knowledge of mysticism and psychicness and their abilities. There was no worship of like religion in these places. They got invigorated by the church machines. This setup of architecture affects your consciousness in a profound way. There does seem to be a monkey preacher there and a high up saint there. Where these people are all just moseying around, getting invigorated by the color, the sound, the ambience. It's just amazing. But the people are tiny, the building is big. So here's Lady Crumpet. She's off out on her white steed with her boots, her kinky boots. She's got little paintings all around her saddle and dress. She's got a sword, she's got some armor, and she got a ton of ethers. And she's being followed around by a kindly angel. Her Royal Highness, I don't know who. She's going to whip that horse, I hope not. She's got stirrups on, I don't like them things. The horse is like, ooh. Interesting picture. So here's some goings on in the ancient world. Two naked men, and one of them under the it looks like the angel's like, oh no, that's a bit extreme. Please, when I said behead him, I didn't mean actually do it. And he's cutting his head off. So I think and he's got a hammer. So sword or hammer, that was his choice. The next one's getting the hammer. Ancient Hellenistic art. I don't know what substance it's made out of. It's a black substance. Not sure, but she's got horns. She's got horns. This lady. She's a horny one. Looks a bit Egyptian. She's on a jug. And there she is, got back horns. But the back bit is really unusual. I'm sure it's some sort of tech. This bit. So I'm not sure what this is. Just marble of some sort. Just amazing. You've got a horse's head on the back. That's what it is. A horse's head and the horns. But yeah, Egyptian. Wow. Can't do fuck all in modern day, can they? Look at that tower. Looks like Castle Cork in Wales. Exactly the same tower. But the frontage is of an old building. It's in Riga, Latvia. It's unusual, isn't it? Set the controls for the heart of the sun. Hey, son. Yes, Dad. I've got the manifesting ball. Do you want it? Here it is, the crucible. I think you might be able to just hold that and manifest things. Jesus has had a bit of a bad time. And there was only, I don't know, these people are burning in pits of hell. Jesus is on like a starfort thing. With water in it. And here comes the dove from above. So I'm not. I think these are Turks, but they got like weird fluffy things, feathers on their hats, sort of glow. It might be just me. And strange long helmets, which I think is tech as well. They always have fake backgrounds. They're actually in a field because you can see this is actual grass, but they put the fake woods in the background. Why? What are they hiding? Fucking world burning. What's he pointing at him that looks like Loyola? It's got some rockets coming off the back of a donkey, exploding in the air. Or maybe the donkey's getting zapped. It's difficult to say. I think it's actually coming off his saddle. And he's pointing at something there, and it is the labyrinth. The key. I think all these dots get connected together. I think we definitely get the fuck out of here and get this over with, because I don't think their paradigm can continue. It's farcical at this stage. I'm sure you feel that, guys. And it's just like all nuts. AI is now just integrating, and it's a liar and a bit of a nut. And we've got all that to deal with. And all of the world's like, you know, most of the people are away with all official paradigms and stuff. Really frustrating when no evidence. They don't require any evidence. But so is the nature of brainwashing, you know. Sort of stops people critical thinking. So she's about to be the angel gives you the power. She's king of him. He's a king. Okay. This is ordained by God or the angels. And these They're like, they got a load of fasces. You see them fasces? Fasces. Oh, yeah, they got the power. They got the power. She was a bit shellfish. She got a jug out. She's part of the ISIS thing going on. It's a weird sort of expression there. It's like, who the fuck are you looking at? Gone off. That door goes into this square, and it looks like it's a massive square building, doesn't it? Wonder what it was. I don't know. Look at that. Do you think that's mined? Or do you think that's just a natural geology thing? Slab, naturally made by Goddage. Because it looks like lines in it here, like a block. And that looks perfect square on top. So somebody did that in the past. And that's big. See the size of a man? In it. So these are the craft works they give you in the past. They wore stuff like this. I tried to imagine what it would have been like in the time of, say, Cleopatra. I think they had technology, just different sort of stuff. Look at that. The portal on that church. It's got like a spiral coming out. Set the controls for the hand of the sun. I'm afraid I don't know who this Goddage is, or this demigod, or whatever it is, but it looks half serpenty. Got a bit of an alien buzz going on about it. Fishes? Oh, it's definitely serpenty then. Something to do with the sea. Looks like the guy off of Pirates of the Caribbean. That was a squid. So I'm not sure if this guy's just standing in front of the elephant, so it's a perspective thing, and they're further back. I think that might be the case. Or, in fact, the guy is bigger than elephants. Either way. It's a good photograph. Oh, there's a pretty museum. Look, it's a collection of skeletons. Did I say that right, skeleton? Yeah, good. Digging the underground to get them trains in. We'll have one train going down that tunnel, and we'll have one train going down this tunnel. Fuck me, I tell you what, I'm glad we didn't dig all this out and it was there already. No shit. Another shellfish bastard. This one has got like taken over by a giant squid thing that sucked his brains out, and he stayed there solidified. Scullius is called. So yeah, these are some of the machines they got now to dig. You just dig tons and tons, hundreds of tons of scoop. Mad. Look at that. Imagine that coming down an interstate. Fucking thing. You have to wait behind it forever. How do they shift them? Oh my God. And you carve away the world and take it off to the other world. Woof. They had amazing automatons in the past, guys. Some of these, this one backed. It's got a mechanism inside. But check this out from the 18th century. Can you imagine seeing this in action? All in whatever, gold or gilt. Mushrooms all around. Little animals, creatures. Squirrel. An owl in a cage. Lit up. And all of this is clockwork. And it all comes to life. And the peacock comes to life. Just the effort in the old days to do something like so beautiful. Mad. I think the lights are reflected on the window, actually. I don't think there's lights on it. Excuse me. And a chicken. Cock-a-doodle-doos as well. So this is bits or remnants of the Amber Room, which you find in St. Petersburg in Russia. Apparently got stolen by the Nazis. Don't know how they managed that, if like Leningrad was in siege, wasn't it, for 200 days or longer. So they stole the Amber Room, but this is some of it left and some of the replacement of the Amber Room. Absolutely beautiful. And there you got the replacement version. Panels they were. Apparently they carted them all away. Can't see where it went. Some elite house. But the Amber Room was never found again. It could have been just an insurance scam. Who even knows? So, A nose is missing and something else is missing. Is that a bit of an accident there? What do you think's going on, guys? See, her arms are missing too. She's armless. Yeah. She started biting her nails, and that's what happened. She ended up like that. Same happened to Venus de Milo. So here's one of those Hellenistic mirrors you see on all them images. This is the back of a mirror. Yeah. Just like the mirror you got at home, only not, because they got better shit and we got nothing. This is vitrified trees. Now, I've seen these in Arizona, and they looked exactly the same. And somebody's made a building of petrified trees, which turned into glass. And that happens quickly. Quickly, we've seen that. We've seen exactly these. Somebody built a little building of it. This is really good. It's giving you loads of cluage to the date anomaly. On this plaque here, it says A equals J equals S. So A equals J, 1,000 years, and J 782 anno. So it not only gives you the designation of what the J actually means, but it sort of suggests the added 1,000 years, which I think is something in it, because I tried to track the history of Poland a few years ago, and they can only cover 300 years of their history. 700 is missing from reality, and plenty of European countries will tell you the same, but history did get buried and rewritten by the victors and dished out by organizations like the Jesuits, etc., and the people who support the official narrative, which is TV and media and the internet, who are pushing the official narrative of the real royal lineage that we enjoy today. Oh, we don't. So I'm not sure what he is, but they dug him up. It's like a little alien creature. You get them. They're all over these in that antiquity. I know what George Snorri would say. Say, probable they came from a far-off galaxy in the Asia Minor. So this angel is saying, oh, God, gig's up. So show's over. We're going to roll back the curtain for tonight. Sun's going to go out. We're going to do another stage set theatre for the next show. You played really well. Well done, Martin. Well done, all of you. You played a really good role. On with the next show. Okay, thanks. Can't wait. So that's the thumbnail. Really lovely picture. Ancient glass figurine of a lady, and she is astral projecting. Her soul is rising from a body. The ancients knew all about us and what we are. They're self-realized. They know that we're souls, like we know that we're souls. So Rome, mud-flooded old Rome. It got splattered by a flood in the past. You can see all the antiquity of the Forum here under water. It looks like Noah's flood, doesn't it? And what really happened? Maybe that's actually a photo of it. Who even knows? Noah's flood. So steam trains in the past. Check this train out. I don't know what it's running on, but there seems to be a load of stripped gas bottles. So maybe compressed air, I was thinking along the lines of. This is a boiler. Maybe this is like a type of steam train, but can't see any outlet for steam. So I'm thinking compressed air along those lines. Maybe you can tell me more, but that's a different sort of technology, which they were obviously playing with in the past, but trains were pneumatic before they were steam. So this lady's like, oh, I ordered this from eBay. It's my new vibrator. No, she's not saying that. She's going to stick it up her nose. So what it is, I'm glad. I'm thinking you're thinking, what is it, Martin? Aren't you? What's going on exactly here, Martin? Okay, fear not, fair people, for it is only the inhalation of ozone, properly mixed with some atmospheric air. So get it down, you. We all know a bit of ozone's good for you. So she's sniffing ozone. I wouldn't mind some ozone. I wouldn't mind some oxygen at this stage. Okay, time is moving on. We're getting on to the 3-hour mark. I won't be long after these images. Okay, see these little paintings? They're extended right through the stone. Don't know how they do it. It's like plaster craft that I used to do back in the 70s. That stuff that stunk. Did you ever do that? Make badges? I don't think that's what's going on with them, though. It's just glass blowing, isn't it? But beautiful and clever. So somebody made this in the ancient world of a load of what looked like Phoenicians on a raft, or maybe a flying carpet, or even a platform that levitates about in the air on arrival. And they look shocked. So, oh my God, what is all this shit? Shocked. And who can blame them? So this is a lovely picture. So the reversed world in the reflection. If you turn this picture upside down, you'll see it the right way up. Let me just flip it for you. And you'll see it the right way up. And it'll make more sense. See? That's his real image. And this was all reflection. You can never tell, can you guys? What is real and what is not? Because it's just an illusion. Could it be a lie? Right, they'll have to wait till next week. 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 Soon, in 2 weeks' time, we're going to have a do. We're going to a festival in Dorset, in beautiful Wimborne, the 27th to the 30th. David Weiss is coming over from America Land. And we got like Mac Devlin and Dave Murphy and Dave Mannell. We're going to be doing music-y things, checking out the bands and talking to people and doing some interaction with you good people. And that is in 2 weeks' time. If you've got a tent, you can come for the day, you can come for the weekend. I'm presenting on the Sunday. And as you can see, there's a load of hippie stuff and famous YouTubers and stuff going as well. So that's going to be good. Really looking forward to that. I'm meeting all you guys there. So I got so much content. Oh, shit. What I'm going to do? Come back. That's what I'll do. Rome wasn't built in a day. So almost 600 of you still watching. Thank you for being here. I'm glad I retained you for all this time. I'm glad. Appreciate you being here anyway, guys. Spending your time in your precious life to be in good company. Cheers to you. Right. Let's see what going on in the community. So, Mary, you're always kind. I could be rubbish. You'd still tell me I was kind. Because you all would. It's like, oh, even if I was a rubbish post, you'd be like, oh, I was really good, Matt, again. You're all lovely. Jeffrey, good to see you. Alva Billy. Mind you, I do get a lot of complaints, but I send them all to the Flat Earth British Customer Service and Complaints Department. Okay, that's P.O. Box 111, Flat Earth British. If you have any complaints, send them there. And my secretary will sort it out. Okay. Don Marie, good to see you. Catherine, love you. Krampus, Lady Rock. Muscati. Catherine Muscati and Monica Falkenberg. Sorry, that word just clapped my brain. Melissa's in the house. Thanks everybody for being in a special time. Do only feel special time to be alive. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Oh, thank you. Hippie Shakes sharing my PayPal there for donations to the FEB Survival Fund. Mama Cat, good to see you. It's been a journey. If you've been following this since 2015, oh my God. Just done so much. You wouldn't even believe it. I've lived like 10 lifetimes in a decade. Combat Thin vibes. And Pamela Swan. Right, I got my son's channel. I got son Lawrence Leedker, and he's got a computer games channel, like I said earlier. Welsh Dragon Metals Gaming. And Hippie Shakles, I'm sure she'll link that up. Go and give him a subscribe. Go and say, hi, what one? Lawrence Leedker. Alva Billy. And just welcome him. Say hi, subscribe. Monica. Combat Thing vibes. Outstanding every time. Oh, you're super kind vibes. Oh, thank you. Okay. Does he make jewelry? Oh, yeah, he does make jewelry. He's got it all on eBay. He's got thousands of things. He collects like precious stones. He does all sorts, earrings, everything. Yeah, get in contact with him. Anne-Marie. That would be absolutely awesome. Lawrence Leaker. Looks like me. Or younger. Donna Marie. Good to see you. Yeah. Do that. Jury. Shiva Shampoo. I sometimes miss the lives because of the time zone. But watch later. Oh, well, thank you for being here. Thank you for being live. Thank you all for being alive at this time. Thank you all for being epic. Keeping it real. Because it's like the last vestiges of sanity. Yeah, everyone's acting really, really weird lately. Not that I take any notice or actually give a fuck, because I don't. Epi, what are you saying, love? Thank you, Martini. Much love to you all. And I saw Welsh Dragon Jewelry. It's very nice. Well, he's very crafted. He's very, very good at things, especially them intricate little bits that no one else can see. He does all that. Jonathan Sherman. Good to see you. And Marzikin, good to see you. Thank you very much for being here as well. You're a beautiful being. You're more beautiful being. There you are. We'll have a beautiful being off. Thank you, Bob. I missed your comment earlier. Thank you for being here. Happy astral travels. Yeah, let's have good dreams tonight. My dreams have been brilliant lately, which is a good sign, actually. It's a good sign. And FEB Channels and Crafty Kim. Happy flatter day. Yeah, happy wiggly flat toe flatter day. Okay. We know not to go on about that no more. Okay. Let him carry on with it. Let's just keep our eyes up here. Forget it's happening. No problemo. Tough presentation. Somebody got to do it, bro. Somebody got to do it. Okay. I couldn't really relay what I've talked about to you today. It's been too many things, but essentially it's about kings. King Arthur, King Jesus, and King Tut. And we looked into mining this place for other worlds and using our power source to fuel the other worlds, which actually makes sense because it's too much for you. And they've been ripping this place apart for everyone forever. Switzerland 8, Scotland 1. Yeah, I don't think so, mate. Don't tell them that. I've been up in Glasgow. My dreams have been so vivid lately. Mine too, Shiva. I like literally wake up every morning and I'm like remembering. It soon goes after 10 minutes. So, but I do micro dreams. I literally dream and wake up with terrible munchies. Go to the toilet, go back to bed, have another dream, and then go back to the same dream. I can do that. Me, I can choose my dream escapes. It's brilliant. I fly around, do funky stuff. It's pretty cool time actually. I'm the same Martin in my dreams. It's like I don't like, there's no other like Super Martin or anything. It's just Martin in my dreams. And I'm doing the same stuff in my dreams as I'm doing, yeah. I'm not going into too much detail, but I do the same stuff. It's just crazy. Good day, fellow flatties. Look at the flat thumbs. Yeah, I can't believe in this day and age people believe fucking NASA. That makes no sense to me. It's fucking crazy. But, each their own. Me too. What? Vivid dreams? Then it disappears. Yeah, same. Some of them are just like, I think you just deal with your day shit, don't you, in your dreams? I think it's that. Dream time is so much fun. It's my favorite. I love dreaming. I love laying down and going, and then dreaming. Nick Kiss, good to see you. And Dawn Lashon, thank you. Sending love and hugs to lovely warm Florida. Could you send us some of your Florida sunshine, please? Because Wales is actually a bit chilly. Heating on today in fucking June. Still, it can be cold as it wants as long as it's nice for that festival, isn't it? Dickie Goodman, Missy's in the house. I was wondering though. Sorry, Missy. Go back to your comment. I always wonder who those people are in my dreams. Well, I see the same people. I see dead friends that are younger in my dreams, relatives that are a lot older than they are now. My mother's alive still in some of my dreams, and other relatives that are now dead. I see in my dreams, young and alive, which is good because they're still alive there. And mates as well. Which is really weird. Jess? If you journey them, you train your memory. Well, this thing, whatever, we're looking for confirmation of our memories because it's like, wow, can this be true? Because it's so fantastic. God, it's you pinch yourself to see if it's true, guys. You know, I'd be like it. But that was years ago, and I know from my youth and my childhood that all of this was true. I've known since then. Roger. And I somehow knew of what was going to be happening to me in my life and all of this adventure and this journey. It's great. It's a great story that has never been told, and it will be. Sonia, good to see you. And we will unravel the whole story and find out exactly what has been going on. Now, wouldn't that be exciting? Krampus? Nope. Wouldn't be exciting. It'd be exciting for me. Dream is the real life. So you join me, subscribe, come back. That'd be good. Subscribe to other channels. Subscribe to my kids. I'll link all them books up and the maps and things so you can have a little mosey through them later. The book on Celtic religion is a brilliant book. Really, really juicy and well worth a look. You had full-on visions before you sleep. If you wake up like around 4 o'clock, that's when you get really vivid dreams. That's when people mostly astral project is around 4 in the morning. If they wake up for a little bit and then go back around 4, that's when you get best, I think. CGI. It's just another it's another simulation inside a simulation, isn't it? That's all dreaming is. It's VR. Even acts like a VR. You see everything in first-person view, like you do it in your reality now, which is exactly the way a computer game is. Just saying. Venus, Vic, much love to you all. Okay, thanks for being here, guys. I liked Kate Middleton. So it was Horse Guards Parade today. There's all the aeroplanes, and Kate was forced with a kid to stand in a window, freezing cold for a bit. Do you know anything, Matt? Update. Yeah, she looked good today, Eppie. I think it definitely was her and not CGI. She stood in a window while the Queen and Camilla were in a tent. So everyone can see she's alive. But I've seen photos all week saying her hair was cut short because of cancer and that. But no, she had long hair today, so that was bullshit. But I think it was her. I like her. I like Kate Middleton. I think she's really lovely. Don't care what people think. I like her, and that's just me. Okay, I think she's lovely. Get Martin's mind-blowing book, and she don't like that Meghan one. Nobody likes her. She's fucking horrible. She's gnarly. I'm on Kate's side, man. Oh, hope she gets well. Everything works out well for him and all that. So, I know they're an institution based on bullshit and all that, but I still got like a fondness. I had a fondness for Lady Di too. Although I went to work when she had got buried and all, I didn't really give a fuck because I had work and stuff. But everyone else was bawling and fucking crying. It was really sad, though. It was sad. It was a terrible, sad time. Whole country was bawling and fucking crying. You like Kate too? I think she's really beautiful. I think she's got a lovely personality and she's super kind and she don't put her on. She's very posh and that, but I don't know that against her birthright, you know. It's not her fault she was born like that. Praise for Kate. Yeah, thank you, Donna Marie. Let's do that. So I really like that lady. Kate is nice and so is Di. Yeah, they can't help it where they're born and that. The only people at the end of the day, guys, I really do think. And their souls in this place. You know, they got to come back. They're doing the learning thing, same as the rest of us. And to be born into a royal dynasty, especially one like that, number one royal dynasty, it must be just a mind-blowing thing. All of that etiquette and all that thing they have to do as royal, especially as a princess. Fucking hell. That's bleeds for her. So, yeah, I love her. Eyes wide closed. Yeah. I think Margaret, I think all that stuff happens and all that, but they want you to think all that stuff happens because they keep going on about it. But in my personal experience in life, it's only YouTube and films. I've never seen anything like that. I don't think it's more as prevalent as they are saying, you know. Not that I've spent much time around the elites and all that, but I don't think just because they got money, they all get down dirty straight away. I think they got a bit of fucking morals. Are you going to the monarchy, going forever? Are they? Well, they're imposting monarchy, the real monarchy or the real bloodline and the real king or king of this country. are here, and they're here today. So that could very well happen. She's got a very cute chest. Johnny D, let's not talk about Kate's breasts or chest. But yeah, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm just saying that's not what we can't think about that. We're being sympathetic, lovely humans at the moment. Sweet dreams, people. Good night, Orc88. I'm going to flick off too, because I tell you what, yeah, they fucking cheeky. YouTube fucking doing what they want with apparently my channel. It says I'm the owner, apparently, of my channel. Fucking, yeah, whatever. Just fucking delete what the fuck they want. Anyway, but again, it's only people, isn't it? Let's just say I in this now. Poliosis, good to see you. Martin, did you see the documentary, The End of the Flood, the Tatarian Theory in the Old Buildings in America? And they say they think of the river. Yeah, I've done all that. I've covered the all. After 2,000 videos, pretty much covered every aspect of reality, I think. Yeah, all that devil worshipping and all of that. It's all fucking bollocks. They want people to think like it. That's why they keep going on about fucking Epstein stuff. They want people thinking like that as well. And all of the weirdness. It's all a fucking agenda to get people's head weird, guys. Yeah. Was Arthur son of Brutus? That's a really interesting question. Well, Brutus is the first king. I don't know. I got another idea for who Jesus' father was. King Arthur's father was, actually. I think it was Merlin. I think Merlin was his father. There's some evidence pointing towards Merlin was King Arthur's father. And wouldn't that make so much sense? You know, why, you know, he comes along with all his magical powers and does so much for him. Yeah, we all want a Gandalf. Where's my Merlin? I can't work under these conditions. Gratitude. Canada, me, good to see you. Paul Cook, my bro. Nice one, my brother. Much love to you. You are awesome. Awesome human being. David, you feel proud of yourself for being so awesome, my friend. You're the best, Martin. All right, Sonia, you're even better. Okay, if we're going to have a better off, okay, I'm always going to say, love you more. Okay. Merlin. Well, also, Stalin, Rasputin's like the most powerful man in the Roman Empire. Okay, he's taken the power, essentially. And he is a magical mystic. He is a mystic. And he's got magical powers. You can't even kill him. Who does that remind you of? Merlin. This Lin thing, like Putin, Stalin, fucking Rasputin, Merlin, this Lin thing, I think it's a connection, you know. Something to do with that bloodline. Think about it. But I might have just made that up in my mind. King Murig was King Arthur's father. Yeah, there is citations to that, but there's also other ideas because I got like the lineage in a book here, basically the family tree of the Welsh kings. He is on there, and he is connected with him, no doubt about it. But there's other ideas out there, Craig. I can't say official narratives. Some suggest that, yes, but I got other ideas, and there are clues which we'll get to, which will be mind-blowing if proved. Martin, did you get a job with the OWO? Where is your upload? Old World Order. Yeah, it's a good film. Thank you. I didn't upload it, no, because I'm on a. I've lost a channel like a couple of weeks ago or a month ago. We're like 30,000 fucking subscribers, like 1,100 videos. This one's, I've been on a strike since January, which hasn't gone. I'm on a warning, apparently, and I got another strike. So I can't do anything on this channel. And the last time I uploaded any Hibbler stuff, which was an advert, I got a copyright straight away. So I can't, you know, unless I'm copyright free to be able to do it, I would upload Old World Order on my channel. But until then, I sent everyone to Ray Mudflood's channel to watch it, which I'm happier if he plays it, you'll watch it over there, and then he can get all the subscribers and the views, because that makes me happy, because he deserves it. 3 fingers. So maybe in the future, I think Rasputin and Merlin both ran the show. There you go. So there's definitely a link there, isn't there? Think about their magical powers and everything. Similar name, you know. And they say Merlin keeps coming back in different personifications, lifetime after lifetime. I wonder where he is now. Maybe it's a woman. Maybe Merlin is a chick this time, eh? Why not? Why not? You fancied this as a chick this time? Okay. Merlinsky. Rasputin has been unfairly, yeah, but what it was, right, is because it was like, because he was supposed to be, they always say bad things about royal women, don't they? It's like they said about Princess Margaret. They said that Tsarina was into bestiality and she was shagging, apparently, famous for his massive knob, which is now in a jar, Rasputin. And he was apparently working his way around all the women. Apparently, he stunk like a dog and he just ripped their clothes off. Ugh, man, woman. Just do that in the royal court, in public, they tell you. But you couldn't kill him. I don't know. That's the official narrative. But they didn't have him around. Poor Michael would have bled to death because that's why they had him around. Because basically, he cured Michael, the son of haemophilia. Otherwise, he'd keep bleeding to death. And then he's like, oh, fuck, he's cured. And then they had a bit of problem with his stinky behavior. They got rid of him. And then Michael went downhill. And haemophilia came back. And they got Rasputin back in the palace. And he cured him all over again. So they kept him around. Oh, magical powers of the wizard. That was Rasputin. Rah, rah, Rasputin, leader of the Russian team. Sorcery is real. My bad. No, I think sorcery is definitely real. It takes one conjurer to conjure up a storm. Wind. They can control the weather. I used to control the weather. Stop the wind. And it'd stop. I shit you not. I used to be able to control the weather. And I do a sun dance. And then it pissed down. I was like, wrong dance. I think that might have been the rain one. Yeah, member in formaldehyde, yeah. So you can go and visit Rasputin's penis in the future. So that's nice, something for you to do. Let's go on a pilgrimage, go and see Rasputin's. No. Great. Fucking awesome. What a weird reality we live in, guys. Alexis was Alexandra's son. He had haemophilia. Alexis, I thought it was Michael. Michael, young Michael. Could be Alexis. I thought it was Michael. Epic Travel Tube. Oh, Emo, got a channel. Much love to you, brother, and fam. Globe orbs, demons, devils. Yeah, it's all the same, bro. People start things. Globes. Augmented telekinesis. You need esokinesis, ability to alter reality without the use of hallucinogenics. Well, probably not. Okay. Thank you, Adam. All right, I got to go, guys, because I'm talking too long and my mouth is literally numb. I need a cuppa now. So thanks, everybody, for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe and like and all the other YouTube things. And make sure to catch up on all my other videos. I'll be back shortly. I've got still loads to present. So I'll get another vlog together soon before we go wait to the festival. We'll do more vlogs anyway. Okay? And we'll do stuff there as well. Got some people to film it. It should be good. So, yeah. Contact Lawrence. Be really good. Pat Pip. Nick Class, good to see you. And Roger. Mr. Paku. Much love to you all. Okay, stay epic, guys. Boom shanker. May the seed of your loins be forever fruitful in the belly of your woman. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and stay epic. Don't let them get to you, guys. Much love.